Hey, who the hell do you...
Oh! What were we saying about Black Mass always being in the holster? Miz found out.
Well, give the devil his due. Welcome to SmackDown, Aleister Black. What an acquisition!
Oh! Code Red! Code Red! Do we have it? No! Oh my! Oh my! Oh my! A stunner in Texas!
Here's your winners and the new Women's United States Champion, Zelina Vega!
Zelina Vega! Her first WWE singles title!
It's a hit and run.
In 3, 2, 1, clap.
Huh? Benoit balls.
I still think Kevin Sullivan did it.
I'm Aubrey Edwards. I'm not a wrestler.
Tony's quick sniffs of the week.
No, just my dickhead friends causing concussions and shit. All right, never mind.
There's barbecue sauce. So good, half the face don't work.
With Hogan that close up on the fucking camera reminds me of my racist uncle. I know you ain't listening, but you know who you are, you fucking racist.
Uncle Oh my God, for real, don't tell me that's his name. Oh, no way. I was kidding. I swear to God. It was just the first thing that came to my head. It was the first thing.
Welcome to the Top of Wrestling with your hosts ODM and the Professor.
Good Wrestling Day! Welcome back to another episode of the Top of Wrestling Podcast. I'm the Professor Mark Fantasia, and excited because we also have, of course, ODM Joe Rizzo. And today is one of my favorite things about post-WrestleMania, just like I said last week. It's a lull. There's not a whole lot of news that you got to worry about, not a whole lot of great things going on, but there are some things we're going to catch you up on. But not only that, we are going to be talking about the wars, which we may accidentally get the original hat trick. No problem. But it is, and I'm sure you guys have already seen a lot of the pictures. It's getting ready for it. It's that time. It is it's a David Arquette episode. Let's not fucking really beat around the bush. That's exactly what today is. It's the David Arquette episode. And a movie that was planned, as you heard about last week as we were closing it out, which was so weird that it just accidentally happened. A movie that happens to have David Arquette. And I watched the movie. And God damn it, ODM, you were right. It may be his best role ever.
100%. This is great. This is like a landmark episode for us because we started talking about this in season 1.
Yep. Well, it's funny because it used to be the top 20 of this, the top that. We were just going with what the top topic was. That was the name of the episode. Go with it.
Right.
And one of them was like the top 10 like WCW matches or something, and David Arquette. We had to just name it and David Arquette because of we accidentally had a hat trick, and we were like, "Is this the third time that's a hat trick of talking about him?" And then we started, pushing the hat trick a little too far.
Yeah, and then it took a break, but we kept right once we started doing the wars. We're like, this was one of those moments that we dreaded and looked forward to getting to.
Yeah. And it's the one and only episode of Thunder that we watched.
There you go.
And we're going to be doing that watch along today. But let's get into the news. Speaking of the wars, someone that we watched for quite some time, especially at the very beginning of the wars, was Steve Mongo McMichael, who was a former Chicago Bear as well, passed away. Obviously, we knew he was very sick.
Yeah,
It's hard to look at any goddamn picture of him recently.
It was. Yeah, they took him off hospice, and he died pretty quickly after that. So, it seemed like, yeah.
As soon as I heard he was off, that he
was in hospice. Was in hospice. Sorry, my bad.
In hospice, correct. I was like, I don't know the right terminology, but
yeah,
follow you because
like
you
it's
are
a
also the
machine.
doc in some ways. No, but once I found out that happened, it was like maybe a couple hours later, all of a sudden I see the next report that was like, and he's passed away. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it was really that quick. I mean, hey, R.I.P. and he's in heaven eating Slim Jims with Kevin Green.
And look at, I know we busted his balls, okay? But deep down, man, as a wrestler, he was shitty.
He was terrible.
No, but as a football player, he was awesome.
Mm-hmm. It was funny at the NFL draft. I don't know if you watched night one. They went out there and they talked about Mongo. Now they're in Green Bay and Chicago, huge rivals.
Yeah.
And, when they announced that the Bears were up next, the crowd's booing. They're booing. And then whoever was up there starts talking about Mongo, and the crowd was silent. They were respectful. It was cool to see.
Cool.
And then they started talking about Walter Payton. They somehow used the death of Steve Mongo McMichael to transition into a Walter Payton vignette. But so they did that.
And speaking of another dead person.
Yeah. So they did that. And then once that was over and they're like, okay, the Chicago Bears with the exit, they started booing again. It was great. They were respectful exactly when they needed to be. And as soon as they didn't, back to booing.
And I saw Seth Rollins was a part of it in some ways,
yeah.
and he got booed out of there.
With the 30-second being the Chicago Bears.
God damn it. I really didn't even need to hear that impression.
I didn't want to do it.
One of my favorite things, last week we covered that AAA was purchased by WWE, or, taken over. And it never even occurred to me that Alberto Del Rio is their world fucking champion. And I think it was the day after our episode released last week. Alberto El Patron was released from AAA. And all I could think about is it was 100% the Vince McMahon purchasing WCW and live on air. And he's like, oh, and Jeff Jarrett, you could go fuck yourself. Double G, double O, double N, God, or E, gone. And it was same thing to me. I was like, he didn't even get a chance. They're like, and you can go.
You're
Thanks.
gone.
So
Yikes.
there has been a lot of backlash I've seen online. A lot of people who feel this way, that especially with the interview that came out with Chris Van Vliet, but Bayley, she was pulled from WrestleMania, and obviously we find out on Raw why, and storyline wise, if you will. And I'm like, there's a lot of things I've looked into it recently. I'm like, you're only doing so many matches per night, so many segments or whatever you want to call it. She has been a part of pretty much every WrestleMania for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like in a row, no problem, whether she was heel or face. And that's kind of how I felt with Sami Zayn. I'm like, you know what? You can miss this year and it's okay. We don't need you on this.
Yeah, pretty
one.
much.
It's best to mix it up sometimes.
Well,
not every time.
Minus Becky Hogan.
Yes, well, 100%. Oh my God, the fucking picture, the thing.
WrestleMania 9 was it?
WrestleMania 9, and it was Bayley as Bret Hart and Becky as Hogan, and Becky had even the fucking mustache on her face, which was even better. Oh, so good. But not only are fans kind of coming to her aid, Bishop Dyer, which is Baron Corbin, man, he was lit up on I've seen online. He was like, if anyone deserved to be in that spot, it did not need to be her. And he's like, and because one of the things that she did say in the Chris Van Vliet episode is, it was funny because she goes, well, by the time this thing comes out, she knew she was being taken out of WrestleMania while that was being recorded. That had to be recorded by Thursday or Friday. They were in the WrestleMania area in the hotel. You could tell because they had WrestleMania signs and everything in the background. And then she's like, well, by the time this comes out. But in there, she said, yeah, I don't know if I'm on the level of Charlotte and Becky. I'm like, you're not. You're above and better. You actually, to me, I think Bayley and not just because I personally like her more, out of Becky, Charlotte, and Sasha.
Monet.
I think that, she came, I think, was the underdog and became the better one of all of them. Charlotte was just mega push. Yeah, she's a wrestler and she's a natural talent like her dad, you know what I mean, when it comes to wrestling.
Definitely.
But Bayley got over on her own. She did some great heel work. She's back to being a face again, and people love her. She's doing great work with her ass. So, I mean, honestly, I think that she's better out of all the four horsewomen. So the fact that she's like, I don't feel like I'm there, I'm like, it's probably because they pulled her from WrestleMania. But you also won the title last year at WrestleMania. So you gotta have to give and take. I don't know. So Gunther storyline was suspended by WWE, which gives him a little bit of time off. But he is going to be at Backlash, and that's going to be against Pat McAfee. So I know we could say, oh, we'll wait till we get to Raw, but did you see his promo on Raw?
I did. It was unexpected because the way they did it was they did that kind of zoom into commentary like they do after breaks, you know, just to kind of tell you what's coming up next. So I kind of stopped paying attention. I was talking with Wheezy and Whiskey Man. We might have been in the middle of a game of darts. And then I look back and McAfee's standing on the fucking desk doing a promo. I'm like, oh, shit. It was pretty good.
He was ripping it. It was solid. And it's funny because I did see a funny comparison on right before you and I started recording. There's a picture of Pat McAfee side by side with Ricochet. And it said, one has 2 matches under his belt and just cut an amazing promo. The other one has a million matches under his belt and can't cut a promo.
This is true. He's fucking terrible, dude.
We always mock Uncle Douche Dave for, you know, his star rankings. He did give a little bit of credit where credit was due. I did say that I think that this was the absolute best match. I think we both agreed.
Yeah.
Obviously, out of the women's, I think the show stealer in some ways was, as we said, Logan Paul and AJ Styles. But for a 5-star match,
right,
to get credited, Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca Belair, awesome.
Yeah, good shit. It was a great match and well-deserved. We won't go through the list. I don't have it pulled up, and we ultimately don't care about Dickhead Deve's star rankings, but he was really shitting on some of the matches. He gave, I forget which one it was. Did he give Punk, the triple threat main event a fucking like 1.75 stars or some shit like that?
No, he gave 1.75 to Cody and Cena.
Ah, that's what it was. Okay.
Which, with the ending, Cena yelling out move for move, I'm on par with you, Dave, on that one.
It wasn't great.
The other one, it was funny that I don't get. He didn't rate Randy Orton and Joe Hendry. Why? Because it wasn't billed as an actual match with each other. Like you could very well, even if you gave it 2 stars. Actually, I think that was a better match than Cena and Cody. Right? I mean, it was more pops.
Yeah.
But then this fucking asshole gives a match. He gives a Suzuki match that happened over WrestleMania weekend. This is not fake. I had to look around at this.
Yeah.
Negative 459.7 stars from Minoru Suzuki versus Butterbean. Now, I don't very seldomly come to the aid of a random celebrity that is going to do a wrestling match or whatever, but he wasn't walking like fucking a year ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, he actually did. So, fuck you, Dave. Really, dude? Like, negative 459 stars? That's what I give your ranking system, dude.
I know, but I will say, just from a Mark's perspective, I love it. I think it's hilarious because he knows that his ratings are so shit that he can just throw out some dumb arbitrary number like that. So now that means the next Ospreay match is going to get plus 1,000 stars.
Yeah. Oh my god. Jesus. So, you've seen it. I've seen it. We've all seen the black and white NWO style vignette of Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan. They're talking about who's the third member, brother, and ooh, what's going on. I am putting my money down, and we've both agreed, and it's pretty much out there. Everybody agrees. It's a podcast.
Yeah, right.
I'm putting my money down that it is kind of like how Bischoff has the 83 weeks. This is going to be NWO. The whole
Agreed.
every week about NWO, and the third member, Kevin Nash.
Yeah, that's the most sensible one. One. The only other thing I could see is they reanimate Scott Hall's corpse. That's really the only other option. No, I'm quick side. You know what? Actually, no. I'll tell that one off the air.
Speaking of corpses,
I had.
this chick-
Was her name Katie Vick? I had a thought, and I don't think there's any chance possible because I agree with you. It's going to be an NWO podcast, right? It's going to be the 83 weeks version of the NWO.
Yeah.
But what if
Oh, Jesus.
Vince McMahon?
No.
I know. I don't. There's no way in hell it's going to be Vince McMahon.
No,
But
but
what
I'm trying to
if?
think in my head if it happened. No. Yeah, no.
No.
But I did see online the what if it's Conrad Thompson
Oh God.
and he's doing one last match. Hogan, kind of like the Ric Flair thing. And I was like, cool, we can watch him have a heart attack in the ring just like
I
we
know,
watched
right?
Flair. That'd
He
be
wouldn't
great.
be able to move. At least Flair could somewhat get up to the apron. You see, even in the promo when him and Bischoff hugged, you could tell his back was bothering him. It was so fucked up.
Oh, easy, brother. That hug doesn't work for me.
At first, I thought that the cattle prod he had was actually like a cane.
It was. So, okay. I think I'll pull this one story up and read it, and then I want you to read the next segment after this. But
Gotcha.
this shit just made me fucking giggle, and I don't know why I have to read this. So there was a lady that went to Reddit. She is a 26-year-old female, and her husband is a 33-year-old male. Headline is that he is obsessed with wrestling, and it is ruining our marriage. Do I leave? Are you ready, ODM?
I'm ready.
Have you seen this already?
So I've seen it a bunch, but every time I came across it, it was like I too long didn't read. All right, so
Okay.
I figured we'd talk about it. So
This was fantastic for me. All right. Throwaway is my husband is on Reddit. So do people write that, like putting it out there and then being like, but throw this away after? You went to the internet. I don't understand that. I don't get.
but maybe it's their handle. I don't know.
Could be.
Or maybe it's just
So-
not the important part. I don't know. Anyway,
Possibly. But my husband was into pro wrestling as a kid, fell out of it, but over the last few years, he eased back into it. Yeah, he was closeting it.
did my wife write this?
Yo, I swear to God, at first, I read this to my wife, and she goes, you think I wrote this? And then but it said fell out of it as a kid. She goes, that's where it got
Yeah,
you. I
that's
go,
not
yeah,
you.
it kicked out.
Yeah.
I go, it kicked out me, that boy. I'm like, I'm sure you kicked out a lot of people right there. But, all right, so she goes, I have never, that had to be capitalized, by the way, never been a pro wrestling fan. I thought it was something that people watched as a kid and they grew out of it. But as he became obsessed and it escalated to a point where I no longer feel comfortable. Apologies in advance, I may not get the terms right. I'm exposed to wrestling a lot and I try to avoid watching it. I immediately am laughing as soon as I'm already reading this. I go, this is fantastic. It started harmless enough. He'd watch the pay-per-view events like WrestleMania. Then he started watching recaps of weekly shows. Now he's glued to the couch every night. There's live pro wrestling on. He watches multiple wrestling shows, not just WWE. Which I'm not going to lie, I get it. There's Raw, NXT, Dynamite, TNA if you watch it, and then SmackDown. Yeah,
And
so
then Collision.
it's every night. He started spending money, and I mean a lot of money, on merchandise, t-shirts, hats, action figures, those fake belts, etc. I was okay with it as it was nice to see his passion reignited for something He's been in a rough spot with work lately, but now pro wrestling is the only thing he really cares about. He yells at the TV like he's part of the crowd, cheering or booing when he's watching and when he's not watching. He's constantly shouting out catchphrases, something randomly like yeet or acknowledge me or you can't see me. I like this guy. He actually gets irritated if I don't play along. Like if I don't raise my hand when he says acknowledge me. Can you imagine during sex? He's like, acknowledge me.
Acknowledge me.
Well, hang on. I just realized it because, hang on, this goes on. So this past weekend was the worst of it. Those of you who know, it was WrestleMania. So obviously, we're talking just last week here. This is so good. He asked me to refer to him as the final boss, with a question mark, by the way, all weekend. I laughed it off and thought he was joking, but he wasn't. We actually got into an argument about it Saturday evening because he said I wasn't supporting him in the way that he needs. And whenever we're watching wrestling, I look bored and disinterested. I look that way because I am, which I don't. It's another good one. He's got to easily be watching 15 hours of wrestling a week. And again, with all the shows we just mentioned, she ain't lying.
She ain't lying.
When Jey Uso, and she spelled it U-S-O-E, which, yep, you can tell she's really not watching this shit. She's really just like my fucking husband. When Jey Uso won at WrestleMania, he literally jumped on the top of the couch, waving his arms. It was embarrassing, and I left the room. In the waving of the arms, you know he was doing the yeet, which is fucking fantastic. I don't want to say too much regarding our intimacy, but he's asked for a lot of role-playing lately as well, and it has me very concerned. The things he's asked me to do and say make me super uncomfortable, and it's all wrestling-related. So I'm like, is he trying to do, like, certain wrestling moves on her? Like, or is he, like really, like, slapping his dick across her face and being like, acknowledge me? Mommy's on top. Oh, my God. He's like, pin me. She's like, but your asshole's up in the air. Yeah, it is.
Call me Daddy Dom.
She starts tickling his ass. He goes, that don't work for me, brother. Okay, hang on. I lost my spot. Here we go. Okay. Things have taken a toll on me mentally. It's nonstop. He sends me memes of Roman Reigns and a bunch of other wrestlers. He talks and acts like them and demands I participate in his little performances. Sunday night, the wrestler he wanted to win didn't, and it's still affecting him today. His mood is very sour and he seems depressed. I hate to admit it, but it's kind of nice. He hasn't been as loud or as noisy as usual. I'm assuming Cody, maybe. It's got to be.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's got to be, yeah.
So Reddit, I need your help. I just don't think I can deal with it anymore. He sings wrestler theme songs. He does their sayings. He's got all their t-shirts, and he's even got tickets to a show that's coming in about 3 weeks. I just don't think I can take it anymore. Oh, my God. I mean, I literally at first was worried that it was possibly my wife or, you know what I mean, other people's wives and shit like that we know. And I was like, the belts had me laughing, obviously. Oh, my shit. Dude, that was just so good.
You married a Mark.
But my favorite line was, he's been sad and depressed. I kind of like it.
Thank God.
Oh, my God. So good stuff. I need to read more of those like that. This was great. Maybe my favorite thing that we've done on this show in a while. I don't know why. But you sent me something that, holy shit, I was pumping gas when I got it and started giggling out loud to myself that the person at the other pump looked over at me and I was like, I should put this back and read this later. So please indulge me.
So WWE is like working feverishly to remove any trace of the roast of WrestleMania. I know. Apparently, they didn't know what they were getting into with Hinchcliffe, and didn't expect it to be as raunchy as it was. Now,
did they not know what a roast is? Like,
I don't know. Maybe they just didn't expect everybody to be fucking tired and pissed off and hungover and drunk and being like, oh, well, that went off the rails. They should have known better with fucking Hinchcliffe. Now, I don't actually have specific jokes, but I got a list of stuff that was brought up. So I'll start at the beginning. Hinchcliffe said Jinder Mahal wasn't at WrestleMania because he was having a midlife ISIS.
That was a good one.
At WrestleMania, Jey Uso was the underdog, which is what Nakamura ate for dinner tonight.
See, now here's the thing. They're not necessarily bad. Like, it's not like they told Owen Hart jokes or Chris Benoit. You know what I mean? Like, they were mocking what's real life, and that's what roasting is. I don't know. So far, these aren't bad. But let's keep it going.
Paul Heyman made jokes about Maurice's private parts. Heyman also said Shayna Baszler had a penis.
Jesus Christ.
They made that fucking joke about China back in the fucking early 90s.
Yeah, true.
Let's see. Jacob Fatu became the U.S. champion, which is crazy because if the president of the U.S. saw Jacob, he would deport him to El Salvador. Naomi and Jade Cargill had their match, and when it comes to the rivalry, we've only just begun. And they will face off again at In Your Waffle House. By the way, we've only just begun.
That's a great fucking line.
We've only just begun. We've spelled like hair, your hair weave.
Yes. Yep.
CM Punk is straight edge from drugs, alcohol, and winning at WrestleMania. Jey Uso is still out celebrating and hitting the bar, and history shows he'll have a nice drive home tonight.
That is the one that made me laugh at the gas pump. I swear to God. I was like, that's a good one, man.
Charlotte Flair appeared to be... Okay, this is not a quote. Charlotte Flair appeared to be the main source of attack as there were several jokes made regarding her divorce and plastic surgeries. There was a joke about Allegiant Stadium being so big and black that Hulk Hogan wouldn't let his daughter anywhere near it. Oh my God. That's fucking fantastic right there. Nia Jax is into BDSM. Her safety words are down, set, hook. I said Nia Jax's name 3 times and my crock pot came on. Okay, that was pretty good. It's 420, a day of celebration for pot smokers and Christians. It's also Hitler's birthday, so it's probably a celebration for Gunther too.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, God. I wanted Nakamura to appear at the roast, but a tariff got put on his booking.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Tony says he wanted Del Rio at the roast, but WWE had yet to turn that page. All right, one more. Probably the most out-of-pocket one was Paul Heyman making a joke about actor Freddie Prinze starting a wrestling promotion, saying, "We all need another wrestling promotion like Freddie Prinze's father needs another hole in his fucking head."
Oh, my God.
It's fucking awful, dude. It is awful.
Oh, God, I wish I went to that. I wish I had just put the money in saying fuck WrestleMania and just put my time and money just to go into that roast. That would have been enough.
Oh, man.
Oh, good stuff. So, some other funny shit. TNA Rebellion happened this past Saturday or this past Sunday night. And when I say funny, Leon Slater, there was an Ultimate X Division title match. Ultimate X is where they have the 4 really tall scaffolding posts in each corner, and the ropes that go across in the form of an X, and you got to crawl across or somehow get across those ropes to get the title.
Right.
The original concept and matches were great. It's gotten weird out of the last several years, but Leon Slater did a probably like a 450 splash, I think, off the top of this thing, off the top of that scaffolding thing, on top of easily 7 fucking wrestlers, one of them being Flop Dollar. And he fucking, they all just were like, someone else is going to catch him. I don't need to put my arms out. But all 10 of them fucking said that, and he went like face first to the ground. Like he got caught a little bit because I think it was last second. People were like, oh shit, you weren't going to, oh, here's a hand. Oh, but he still went face first to the ground. Oh, was that rough?
Yeah. It's like gutter in PCU.
Oh, gutter. Oh my God, it is. Jump, jump, jump. And then that's 100% what it was like. Oh my God.
Terrible. I saw a picture of it. Yeah. Not good.
Oh, dear God. Indy Hartwell, who used to be with WWE and NXT, they had let her go earlier this year. Well, she's officially with TNA, which is just funny because she's going to be probably a part of a storyline with a lot of NXT chicks, because there was a six-woman tag at that pay-per-view where it was Team NXT versus TNA. The Nemeth brothers, Nick and his brother, defeated the Hardys for the tag team titles. I have been seeing some reports online that the Hardys may be making their way towards WWE. I say if they've been doing a great job in TNA, just officially put them in NXT. They don't need to go to the main roster right now. If they want to do a main roster match or something, but put them with the young guys, man. That's their style anyway.
Right.
And Joe Hendry retained his title against Frankie Kazarian and NXT's Ethan Page. But the big thing that happened, so this past Tuesday on NXT, the day that we recorded last week, Trick Williams turned heel and took out Obafemi and Joe Hendry. Turned heel was unexpected. NXT had a rocking show, by the way, last week. The women's title match, or tag team title match, Liv and Raquel, had a great match on there. But after this pay-per-view seemed to be wrapped up and done, as Joe Hendry is celebrating, man, Trick Williams comes in and gives him a hard-ass super kick and takes him out. And I was like, God, I love this crossover. It's giving all these guys so much opportunity just to do stuff. You can't get on the main roster. I like what you're doing here. This is good stuff.
Yeah, get that organic push just by getting your name out there and getting as much screen time as you can.
Dynamite. The Young Bucks made their in-ring return, and apparently it was the absolute lowest ratings of the year. No shit. That's not a bullshit. That's real.
Who saw that? Yeah, who saw that coming?
The best thing, this sums up the show. FTR attacked the Rock and Roll Express. Dynamite in 2025, everybody.
Yeah, beating up a couple 70-year-olds. That makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. So, SmackDown. You watched SmackDown, I can tell, because of what you have in here. That tag team ladder match. For anybody, and I'm going to agree with Bully Ray on this one. For anybody who said, the Motor City Machine Guns, DIY, and the Street Profits, that should have been on WrestleMania. That match was so good. Bully Ray said it, and I agree. They got 30 minutes commercial free on SmackDown. That would have been a fucking 16-minute match at the very most at WrestleMania. Rushed.
Yep.
And it's just, you had an organic, badass ladder match. Leave it where it was. I'm happy with what it was. Did you get a chance to watch this match?
No, so my note was unrelated. It was more of an after the fact thing. We were talking, and it was brought up.
So, man, the Street Profits retain, and they did have a great part. And I was like, they are 100% recreating a little bit of the Edge and Jeff Hardy spot, where I think it was Montez speared him off of the top rope, or off not the top rope, but
Yeah, I saw.
while Ciampa was holding onto the titles. But the little difference is they put a table under it so that when they went down, they crashed on that, and it was good moment, man. I liked the match; it was solid. And then they had the moment where a fan handed over his fake leg, and
Yeah, I saw that.
and he hit him with it, and I was like, it reminded me of the Shawn Michaels Kevin Nash match where
That's right.
it was a former wrestler. I can't remember who it was, but they took his leg off and did it. That was hysterical. So all right, Jacob Fatu looks like his next couple of challengers are going to be several people. It looks like Drew McIntyre, LA Knight, which that's fine. It'll help grow his title reign, at least, becoming badass and beating up big guys. A match I didn't see happening as a title change. I was kind of shocked. Zelina Vega defeated Chelsea Green for the U.S. title.
Yeah, very odd, especially since Chelsea wasn't on WrestleMania, and then she just loses the title.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's primed right now. She's going to go for that world title because you want to know what? Tiffany Stratton's still holding it. That's perfect right there. She's the face. You have Chelsea Green go in. I think have her go for the world title. There's that. But not only did Zelina have a good night, her husband came into the picture again. He's back as Aleister Black. And the return was cool. The candles, everything was back. It, just old school as what he was when he left back in 2021. But he took out The Miz, and The Miz was wearing all white, and it was very similar to his debut when he took out Cody Rhodes, who was wearing all white. I'm assuming it.
Right.
I don't think it has to do with that he was trying to recreate that. I think it's the darkness of him in black, and it's taking out someone in all white. I think that's the appearance of it. It's not that he wanted to recreate what he did in AEW. I think it has to do with the dark and light.
No, that's a good theory. I don't think it was. I think that's just that makes sense, right? That's just either his style and that's what he was trying to pull off, or it was just a coincidence.
Yeah,
right? A lot of people, trying to say that this was a recreation is just, whatever.
Yeah. But the biggest thing that I wanted to talk about is John Cena and Randy Orton kick off SmackDown. And John Cena, it was great. A little kid flipped him off, and he played into it. And it wasn't like it was AEW's where the little kid was like, "Go fuck yourself." It was you didn't even see it on camera. It was just he saw it, and then he just referenced it on camera. And he said the only reason he doesn't have kids is because he was too busy raising ours. And it's funny because the funny memes I've seen, like, where are we in 2025 when Randy Orton is like, "Man, you need to be a father, man. It'll really chill you out." Like, where is it when Randy Orton's giving nice fatherly family advice and John Cena's telling everybody to fuck themselves?
Right. Absolutely.
And now they're going to be facing each other at Backlash. Now, you have something written here, and I can't wait to hear what this is.
It's really not hot takey at all. I'm just kind of I'm doing it for posterity's sake.
Sure.
So it's documented. So if he's right, we'll give him his flowers. If he's wrong, I'm going to clown him because I told him he was wrong. We were basically talking about this, and his prediction is that this feud will go to the end of the year.
No, God, no. Because people will fucking boo the living balls out of it and be sick of it.
Out of both of them.
100%, and it doesn't even matter if you're already booing Cena. It would
right.
Yeah, no, they've
Go
done
homie.
the full year feud with these guys like 4 times.
Right. This is Cena's retirement tour. This is a bit of nostalgia to review all their long legacy of rivalry, and you'll get a pay-per-view out of it, and Cena will retain.
Yeah, no, he's definitely wrong. It's funny because when it said Whiskey Man prediction, I thought you were going to say that he predicted the only reason he didn't have kids is he was too busy raising ours. I'm like, if he said that, fuck you.
No.
Fuck you.
No. I believe he also said he thinks Orton's going to win the title, which I also said no, not a chance.
It's in his hometown. There is no fucking way they're going to take it off of Cena and put it on Orton because it's in his hometown. You lose in your hometown, number one. Number two, they're not taking the title off of Cena. Why would you have taken it off of Cody to begin with if that was the plan, is to give it to Orton? We would have all much rather a Cody-Orton feud because of the legacy thing. We would have taken that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
So no, the title's not coming off him. This is...
Nope.
This match, you could see them walk in, and I guarantee you could fast forward 20 minutes, not miss a goddamn thing, and get to a fake RKO or whatever into AA, and that's it. And then the next challenger is going to come out at the end of that match. Punk or someone.
Probably.
On Raw, Liv Morgan said that she is taking time off to film a movie. Please be a porno. Please be a porno. Please be a porno.
You can probably find one that looks like her out there somewhere anyway. But
I did.
No. I actually read that it's supposed to be a serious movie.
No, like a serious drama, which I could see it, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, I could see her doing pretty well. I hope it's not like The Marine, The Condemned, all those stupid WWE type films. If it's like she's in there with like, not Al Pacino, but like a fucking real actor and doing like a real movie, cool. I'm all for it. Here's my question. What is that doing at the tag team titles that they just fucking won last week?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay. Yeah. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Jey Uso's first challenger was revealed on Raw. It's going to be Logan Paul. I want your thoughts.
Hooray. I already don't care about Jey Uso. Logan Paul, again, I've said he's picking up wrestling really well. He's a natural heel. I don't care. At least AJ Logan had the potential to be a good wrestling match, and it was. It was fine. It was serviceable. It was good. I don't care about this match. I don't care about this. It's probably just a vehicle for Uso to have a defense, a successful defense.
Yep, against someone that
and bring eyes to the pay-per-view.
Yep.
Or to the play.
But man, what we thought was going to be happening, Sami Zayn turning heel, no, he ended up putting his efforts into Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker, and they beat the living piss out of him throughout Raw. And so now, it's like, I think Sami was the perfect candidate to take the title from Jey. So now I have to actually do the, what if? And what if they say, well, Jey got his win at WrestleMania. We need a heel fucking champion, one that will come and go and can do promos and piss everyone off. I wouldn't be shocked if they don't put the fucking title on Logan Paul.
Really?
Just saying.
I hope not.
Especially if he does a cheap win with some brass knucks.
Yeah.
Gets Jey out clean.
I don't know. It's Backlash. They're not going to Brock Lesnar him. It's going to be a feel-good win, hype the crowd up, yeet.
Well, let me ask you this. Well, no, never mind. There wasn't a title change at WrestleMania in 2000. I was going to say, what did we see in 2000 at Backlash? But never mind. We already talked about Pat McAfee calling out Gunther. That looks like that's going to happen. Backlash already sounds like it's going to be a pretty decent show. Becky Lynch said that she's the one that took out Bayley, and she is set to face the Bird of War at Backlash.
Dude, Becky was.
You had that in my
Becky
head
couldn't
last
catch
week
her
after
breath.
you kept singing that shit.
Yeah. Becky was terrible
On the mic.
She was fucking just fucking god awful.
Yep. Lyra carried it. Lyra carried it better than she did.
Yeah.
And Rusev said that after leaving Bulgaria, he went into the abyss. Is that what we're calling AEW now?
Abyss, not Elite Wrestling. I don't know. Yeah, and the best part is too. One line that he said was, he's like, now I'm gonna redeem myself.
Redeemer.
Because he was the Redeemer.
Yeah.
So I think that was more of a shot. But yeah, solid promo.
Yep.
Solid promo.
Kind of wanted him to just come out and have a match, but I'm okay with the promo, just to build it out.
Yeah, let's not rush it.
That's fair. I just want to know how high he's going to get in the card. Are they going to put him to the world title at some point, or is he going to get middled at the mid card again?
Mid card, probably. Yeah.
If they let him go freakishly beating the fuck out of everybody the way he used to as Rusev back in 2015.
Fuck yeah. 15, yeah.
Let him go and take the title from Jey Uso. I don't give a shit. I'd be happy with it. Like, if he goes through and legit, like, bulldozes over everybody, I'm okay if they do it and pull the trigger right away. But don't do, like Umaga had, like, the best undefeated streak and was killing everybody. Gets to the Royal Rumble, loses to John Cena by tapping out. Or, no, passing out. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, if you're going to do this, fucking do it. Pull the trigger.
Yeah.
I still don't think Rusev should have lost that U.S. title to John Cena. I'm still bitter about that.
No, yeah, no, 100%. I loved Rusev's U.S. title run. That's really what got me into his character.
Him and Lana, man. It was Drago to me, obviously, you know, but it worked. It was great.
You see, Lana got a Legends deal?
I did. Yeah, I brought that up last week.
Did you?
I may have.
Okay. Yeah, you probably did. Never mind.
Still looking, you know, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Lana, too. All right, hey, let's go to the table.
Just bring it, bitch! Oh my God!
I thought it was a good one. So you know how we talked about next week you're doing the show alone while I'm traveling in the RV?
Yeah.
So the following show after that is probably you'll be alone as well.
All right.
And then I found out we're probably, you know, we have the 50th state that we need to do, which is Alaska. And the plan is we're getting the RV home, and at the end of May, we're going to do a cruise, the Alaskan cruise. It's probably going to take me out a couple of recordings again.
We might just take fucking time off, and I'm just going to do the wars.
Well, I was going to say, we actually could if you wanted to keep, call it a season and get the wars going. Or, you know, we keep it going and however you want to go.
They'll probably just be short shows just so we can make sure we get the wars documented. And
it is all about the wars documented. It's consistency. And it's funny because I'm like, I want to put so much effort in to keep going and doing like beyond 2001 after it's all over and more. And I'm like, it's a lot of wrestling. I think I'm done.
It'll be a nice break. Yeah. Because like I said, we still got to do 95 and the first part of 96.
That's true. When I had no voice, I did actually watch an entire year's worth of pay-per-views from Ring of Honor.
Oh, shit.
All of their first year, 2002. And I'm going to be documenting that and doing that. It's a top topic coming out at some point. But cool. One other thing I got to bring up is there is a show, and we both like the show IT Crowd, and it has Richard Arquette or whatever his name is.
Close enough.
It's a lovely Tanetnaba you're wearing today. There is a show that it's on Prime, and it actually says 2025, which I was glad that I finally got to this, or I found this one. But they have multiple versions of this show in every fucking country. It's called Last One Laughing.
Okay.
You put 10 comedians in a room for 6 hours. You laugh, you get a yellow card. You laugh again, red card, you're out. A little bit of soccer rules.
Mm-hmm.
And it has Richard Arquette, and as well as, it's kind of hard if you really don't know a whole lot of the British people, but it's also hosted by Jimmy Carr, which, I like Jimmy Carr. He's fucking crude as shit. This show was fantastic. It's a quick 6-episode one. It's on Prime. Last One Laughing, and I'm not going to tell you anything of who wins, man. It's a very good show. But they do it in so many other countries. They got a Canadian version. They got an Ireland version. They got a South African version. They got a Mexican version. I go, well, where's U.S.? Because that was U.K. The one that I was watching, it was U.K.
All right.
There's not a U.S. version. I go, of course there's not. Of course. We're not funny enough to keep everybody in a room that long.
That's true.
But the Canadian version, fucking Tom Green is in there. And
that's awesome.
Carolyn Ray. Yep. And Carolyn Ray from Sabrina Teenage Witch
Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
whatever. But I'm telling you, you'll appreciate this one if you watch the UK version. Last one laughing. I think you personally will get a kick out of it.
LOL.
It is LOL, and that's actually part of the logo. And you got to think about this. You're a comedian. Your job is to make people laugh, but also you just naturally have, like, you want to laugh. You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine how hard it is to not laugh? And, like, you have to be straight-faced. They're going to ask you a question and be like, so why does it just smell like your farts coming out of your mouth? And you just have to play off. You're like, oh, I forgot to brush my teeth today. Or, like, you can't just, you can try to walk away, but then they may fucking hound you and try to get you to laugh. It's a
Right.
good show, good concept. So give it a try.
All right.
All right, Matthew McConaughey, what you got going?
So I got a two-parter too. I know I only wrote down one thing, but the other kind of just happened, so I gotta bring it up. Was at darts on Wednesday, and we got a couple scores. There's a couple dartboards, a couple scoreboards, dry erase, and we just got a towel that we use just to wipe down the board when we're done. We're gonna start fresh again, right? Usually, loser wipes it down, so naturally, I was the one cleaning the board. So I'm wiping it down, and I did the Mr. Perfect thing, where he gets the towel and he kind of throws it behind his back and over his shoulder. It lands on Slick's shoulder, right?
Yeah.
I did that, and I was trying to get it to land.
It was never
we
Slick.
keep the towel.
He got it to land on Mr. Hughes.
Mr. Hughes.
But he generally tried to get it on Bobby Heenan.
Bobby Heenan, yes. There you go. Thank you. So I was just trying to get it to land where we keep it, right? And it didn't. There's a little staircase that goes upstairs and a handrail. It landed on the handrail, and it slid down the handrail, and I caught it before it hit the floor. I'm like,
nice.
Hey, that was kind of cool, too. And I look over, nobody's paying attention. And I'm like, oh,
Naturally.
God damn it. So I throw it down where we keep it, and I'm walking back, and they're like, what's up? I was like, oh, I just did a cool trick shot and by accident, and fucking nobody saw it. He's like, well, do it again. So I go up there, and I do it again, fucking nailed it. Landed right on the handrail, slid down, caught it. It's just one of those moments. It was pretty cool.
Before you tell me your second story, I have to say, when I was in the dart league, it's the one that you weren't in. It was
I never was in the dart league, yeah.
Okay, yeah, it was me, Whiskey Man, your brother, in Meltzer?
Was it Mercer?
I don't know.
Meltzer?
Oh my God, it's Dave Meltzer, and I was thinking, oh my God,
Dave.
That's funny. So, and Dennis.
Oh yeah.
And naturally, one thing I hated doing is I hated when they would be like, all right, well, your turn, go up and keep score. Everyone is like fast. Because it's like 777, 215s, and you know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, and no one's using a fucking calculator. No one's using their fucking phone, and I'm not allowed to do it because I'd be that guy. And so I hated fucking doing it. And they were like, come on, hurry up. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm trying to carry the one over here. But you know how you said you have to erase the board, right? Mm-hmm. It was a chalkboard.
Yeah.
They were like, hey, you're keeping score. I go, okay. And I grab it and quickly erase it. And I didn't realize that they were in the middle of writing down scores for everybody. And, oh, my God, did I piss off one of the other fucking guys. Dennis is like, he's new to the league, man. He's like, but what is he, a fucking idiot? Doesn't realize you just wiped all the scores off? I'm like, yeah, I am an idiot. I don't know what the fuck's going on here.
It's got to be your chalk. I don't know.
It was a very, I thought bowling etiquette was one thing, but dart people could be real fucking brutal, man.
Oh, yeah. They don't fuck around.
So, next story.
All right. I was going to say, I like how you interrupted my bring it to the table so you could have a third bring it to the table. What an asshole.
I'm a real penis.
You know, penis. I'm going to kick you in the plums next time I see you. So last night I was at Wheezy's for Raw. I mentioned something to you earlier about, what's going on with my kid and all that shit. And so, I was laying it down with them, with Wheezy and Whiskey Man, and, being the good friends they are, we just talked about it real quick and forgot about it. Went out with our night, had a good night. Played some darts, watched Raw, and about to head out. Go to slap up Wheezy, and Wheezy, after a few beers, he's that kind of guy. He'll shove you, or he'll smack you real quick, or he'll fuck around with you. He'll start grappling
I've
with you.
drank with him.
You know how he is, right? That's just how he is, right? So he fucking forearm shivers me.
Oh.
And it was one of those things. No, it wasn't malicious or anything. He didn't fucking lean into it. But he got me good, and it was one of those things that was like, no, I don't like people playing on my phone. It was one of those moments. So I stepped back and I kind of gave him a look. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Come on. And I go to hug him and I pop him in the gut. I didn't, again, same thing. I didn't step into it. I'm not, but it wasn't a love tap. It was enough to get his fucking attention.
Yeah.
It was a receipt. I gave him a receipt.
There it is.
Tit for tat. And then the grappling starts. and then I'm like, okay, as long as I don't break my ankle, we'll probably end up on the couch. That's fine. Whatever, we're grappling. I've got my little cooler that I bring with me. I got like a little, cooler, fabric cooler, that I put my beers in. I keep my dart case in there. Well, there's no beers in there. I drank the beers.
I've seen the
my
fabric
dart case
cooler.
was in there, though.
You brought it to All Out at Bo's house.
I got a smaller one.
Okay.
This is the smaller one I had with me. Yeah, same difference, though, right? That's a Genesee beer one. My dart case is in there, and he grabbed it, and he swung it at me, and it hit me in the side of the head. He full swing hit me in the side of my head with my dart case.
See, that's when things go too far, and I black out, and I'm like, I'm going to fucking kill you.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know how much time transpired between that and the next thing that happened. All that I know is I ended up behind him, backed up against the wall with my arm around his throat.
Holy shit.
And then I looked down and he's still got the cooler in his right hand, and I see him drop his hand like he's rearing up. So I grab my right arm and I hook his arm. Whiskey Man came in, broke it up. I'm trying to think of the best way. The adrenaline rush I had was so much. Like when you're crying real bad and you try to talk, you're like, he hit me. It was almost like that.
So like, this shit was real. Like, this wasn't even fucking
this was
around.
For real.
You guys got real with each other.
Yeah, I put my arm around his throat like I was ready to choke him out.
As soon as you said Whiskey Man came in to break it up, I was like, wait, what? Holy shit.
Yeah. And I think the gist of what I said to him was, the next time you hit me in the side of the head, you're going to have a fucking problem.
My man,
Whiskey Man,
you are the most non-confrontational motherfucker I actually know. But the fact that you took one to the head, you took one to the dome, and you were like, you do that again, I'm going to fucking kill you. That's me, man. You could do anything you want, but you touch my head or my face, I'm going to fucking lose my goddamn mind.
Right. I don't like people playing on my phone. But shout out to Whiskey Man. He de-escalated the situation pretty quickly, and I just put my arms out to the side like this, and we hugged, we both apologized, and then we had another beer because I needed to calm the fuck down.
Clearly, the presence of alcohol was missing in this scenario as to why all this happened. We need more.
Yeah, fuck. After that adrenaline rush, Jesus Christ. Woo! Getting hyped up thinking about it.
Damn, wow. That was...
Yeah.
Wow. See, like...
Get yourself some good friends like that.
Yeah.
And pop each other and then fucking call it a night.
That's why it's in our intro. My dickhead brother, or my dickhead friends giving each other concussions. No shit. Jesus. I mean, me and brother Marty, we traded shopper seats one night being drunk out at O'Brien's. I was like, I'll take one. He goes, all right, as long as we both know how to give one, we'll both give one. We get a receipt, and that's it. I've done that, but not to the point where, like, we're having so much fun that it's going to get, because that's the problem, man. I can't fuck around. That's the issue. It sounds really psycho of me, but it's once you do something that just irks me, touch me the wrong way, or you get my head, I'm going to tweak, and I'm also going to fucking black the fuck out. Like, I may not know what I do or say. I may call you some things that are probably not 2025 appropriate. Whatever. I'm just saying. Yeah. Wow. So, you guys really went at it. Oh, man. God, I wish someone had their ring cam going in that area. That would have been fun to watch. That would have been great. If that was our watch along today instead of David Arquette, you're like, and this is when Whiskey Man picked up, this is when Wheezy picked up the cooler. Look at him. Pow! Right in the head.
I'll be like, the all-out backstage footage.
With no sound. Oh, my God, that would have been fantastic. And this is where I said, I'm fearing for my fucking life. I'm getting out of here.
It was just one escalation after another. Like, he started it off, and like I said, normally I would have just shoved him or something, whatever. But I think probably the beer mixed with the headspace I was in, and I was like, no, fuck that. So I slugged him, and then he's like, no, fuck that. Hits me. I'm like, no, fuck that. And next thing you know, I'm trying to choke him.
Actually, you know what? I just realized when I was 21, 22, now it's just coming to me. Nate, my boy Nate, our first band, Captain Jack, all three of us were out drinking, the band, and we were throwing tequila down like it was fucking water. And one of us, and I won't even I'll take the blame if either of us knew, but no one knows to this date. One of us was jokingly tapping each other in the face, like, haha, and then the other one upped the pressure. Then the next one hit even harder. Next thing you know, we came to blows in the fucking parking lot, and the band almost broke up right there on the spot because one of us was like, ha, I tapped you in the face first. No one remembers how it got started. Next day, we're like, wow, shouldn't do that again.
Yeah, let's not do that anymore.
Oh, man. Well, good stuff. Hopefully there's no backlash from that fight. And speaking of, we had Backlash in 2000, and we also got David Arquette winning the motherfucking WCW title. Let's go to the Wars.
Monday Night Wars!
There's no referee, guys. There's a referee. He's over towards Arquette. 1, 2, 3. What is it? Did David Arquette just... What's going on here? David Arquette won the world title. David Arquette won the world title. He can't believe it. David Arquette won the world title. Did David Arquette just win the world title? Did I see that? David Arquette, he's got the belt. David Arquette, the world. David Arquette, the world. I'm going to say it again because I don't believe it. David Arquette is the world champion. Never in my life has Bobby the Brain Heenan been speechless. I don't know what the hell to say. Mickey J went over towards him. Paige raises the hand. I can't believe that.
I don't want anybody else. When I think about
and it was a fucking hit on radio.
Out. Yeah, I know, right?
Myself. Oh, that's a good version. I choked myself.
Yeah.
When
AIDS.
I choked myself. Oh, all right. So, guess what, ODM?
You touch yourself?
When I think about you. Some things didn't have to go to the air, but all right.
You started it.
I was gonna say, I watched the Wars this week. Thought you'd be proud of me.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for playing
Yeah,
along.
I'm playing along with this game. This game called Podcast, but it was Backlash 2000. It was April 30th, and oh man, that's today, isn't it? Then we had the Wars right after that with Monday Nitro and Raw. But this week we're going to have a little bit of an extra little ditty. But go ahead. Let's talk about Backlash.
Let's talk about Backlash. It's in Washington, D.C. And Deborah McMichael comes out as your ring announcer for the first match. Odd timing when you think about it.
With him coming back too?
He's not Jesus Christ, Coming back to his Heavenly Father's arms, is that what you were referencing?
I meant, oh, Jesus Christ. No.
And his cradle of Slim Jims?
Who was the fucking referee in the match?
I don't know.
Not this match, the main event.
Was it Kyoto?
No, never mind.
No, it was Shane.
Yeah, never mind. I just completely confused myself. Why am I talking?
I don't know, because that's what you do. You talk and you interrupt me.
You asked me a question, asshole.
No, I didn't. I said it's odd timing, because fucking Mongo just died. And 25 years ago, His wife's in W. His
that.
ex-wife is in W. Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, King's
I meant
happy
because
about.
I thought Austin was coming back.
No, good call though. I see what you're saying. Okay, different.
I
story,
didn't mean
yes.
that Christ has risen.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, R.I.P. JC.
Well, you said he came back. I thought you were talking about Mongo. I'm like, no, he ain't coming back. Mongo ain't coming home. Let's get on.
Dare
with this,
you to
shall we?
make that the episode name? I dare you.
No. we should just get the picture of Kevin Green eating a Slim Jim again, though.
Never has a logo got us in more trouble than anything else.
I know, right?
Well,
All the
besides our
things.
own logo.
Well, there's that too. King's happy about the return of puppies, and he calls them pointers. Would have been more impressive if he said. It'd been more impressive if he said milkers, but anyway. So your opening match is X-Pac and Road Dogg with Tori versus Edge and Christian. Deborah's terrible as expected. Edge hits the spirit of Road Dogg, sets up for X-Pac. Tori grabs Edge by the hair. X-Pac comes at him, but he dodges. Tori takes a bump to the floor. It's a near fall. It turns into a shit show. The rest distracted. Christian uses the ring bell on X-Pac. Edge and Christian retain to a decent pop, and X-Pac is busted open pretty good.
Yeah, that was a natural bust open.
Possibly.
It
Yeah,
looked
I
like
didn't
it
really.
was.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention to see, but next you get Scotty 2 Hottie versus Dean Malenko for the light heavyweight titles. Malenko won the title back on SmackDown. Next slide, which I hate to say about a Malenko match. Malenko tries to win with his feet on the turnbuckles like he did on SmackDown, but the finish of the match was Malenko reversing a superplex into a DDT. It looked pretty fucking good. That last move was good. Malenko retains.
Yep.
Vince is with the family, and the Stooges are back on board. And Vince says it's all hands on deck tonight. And it's great because, Vince, as he does sometimes, has paper in his hand. And if you look closely, he's got the fucking format for the show in his hands while he's cutting a promo on the show. Next you get Bull Buchanan and Bossman versus APA. King says it's going to be a slobber knocker. You know what that means, JR? Basically just taking JR's lines. Hilarious. And, of course, the failure that we know is Bull Buchanan needed a push, so Buchanan and Bossman win. Hardys are backstage for a promo. It's basically about the hardcore title, and they're like, oh, well, we're brothers, but we fought a lot before, so we'll probably do it again. All right, brother, good luck. Let's go out there. Then Crash is polishing the hardcore title, and they basically have the reverse conversation between Crash and Hardcore, where Hardcore just runs Crash down and slaps him.
Well, and if I may join in on this.
Oh, yes, please do.
SmackDown prior to this Backlash, so just 3 days before, it was Matt Hardy. Wait, Jeff Hardy. I'm sorry, which one was the hardcore champion?
Matt.
Matt, okay. Matt and Jeff had a hardcore match on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Where Crash slid in and got the pin.
Mm-hmm.
But the match was unbelievable. For 2000, I actually went back after I sent you a clip of it. I go, God damn, this looks really good. Because there was a clip that was surfacing saying nearly 25 years ago. And I like that people are stealing our trend, by the way. We started the word first.
Sure did.
Especially the 25 years later. But their match was better than their WrestleMania match. It was great. So
solid,
if
right?
you have a way to check out that on SmackDown, it was what would be the 427 episode or 426, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, definitely.
What day did David Arquette win the championship? That'll tell you.
It was April 26th, which I believe that was actually a Tuesday. But maybe not. No, that would have had to have been a Wednesday.
Oh, they moved Thunders to Wednesday?
They were doing Thunders on Tuesdays for a while there.
Oh, that's true. Oh, okay.
Either way.
Who cares?
Either way.
It was Thunder.
Figure it out, guys. Figure it out. So we get our big man match for the hardcore title. I don't know what that means. It's Crash versus Taz versus Jeff Hardy versus Matt Hardy versus Hardcore Holly versus Saturn. So the Backlash set has three hooks, almost like fangs that move back and forth on each side of the entranceway.
Easily one of my favorite sets of all time in the Attitude Era. No shit.
Yeah, and they took advantage of this because Matt climbed up on it and dove off of it, and you could tell it was fucked up because it moved. Mm-hmm. So he's trying to like plan himself, but every time he does, the fucking thing moves, and he's got to jump off of it. And this is one of the few times in the wars that we get a holy shit chant. We didn't get a lot of these back in the day.
Oh my God. I swear I watched this match, heard it, and I think I'm just so numb to hearing holy shit that it didn't even occur to me that you're right. We weren't getting them that much back then.
Nope. This was a natural holy. This wasn't a fucking a spin heel kick. Holy shit! Right? This was a fucking.
You had to set someone on fire back in the day to fucking really like
for real
get a holy shit. Now it's just you do a really cool super kick and people do it. In
yeah,
AEW, yeah,
you know. You get a flamethrower too. The Hardys are fighting over the pin, and Crash is able to pull off the win. So there you go. Coachman is with Shane. Brings up the fact that Shane being a ref is a conflict of interest, and Shane says, "Hey, it shows my dad has faith in me. That I can call it down the middle." Okay,
that ain't it.
That ain't it. Kurt Angle versus the Big Show. Angle cuts a promo comparing himself to former presidents, and then he makes a Marion Barry joke. Topical. Big Show comes out to Real American in a bald cap and in yellow. The Showster on his shirt. And JR goes, "Oh my God, for the love of Hulk." He's got the fake mustache. He does the Hulkster promo. "I've been to the top of the mountain, brother." He does the leg drop. And Show wins pretty quick with a choke.
And I even have a beefy mansion, brother.
The beefy. The best part is when he wins, they played Big Show's music, not Real American.
Continuity.
Yeah, I know.
I will say though,
he turned heel.
As soon as I saw him doing impersonations recently, this was the one I was waiting for. I'm like, I think he's going to come out as Hogan very soon, and I can't wait for this one.
Well, next we get the Dudleys versus TNA. We see Bubba backstage in a trance watching Trish Stratus on the monitor. Devon's trying to snap him out of it. And then they show Billy Corgan on screen. The best part is that they're showing Billy Corgan, they're saying his name, and they put up a chyron on the screen that you would assume would say Billy Corgan. But it says the Smashing Pumpkins.
He is all of them. He smashes
Close
all
enough.
of the pumpkins.
Yeah.
What's that? What's the...
apparently. That one just...
What's the Simpsons thing? Billy Corgan smashing pumpkins.
Homer Simpson smiling politely.
There it is. Because I know Drew did it.
Great episode. Fucking Peter Frampton freaking out the whole time. I bought Pink Floyd's Pig for a fucking garage sale.
Oh my God. I have seen this one, which is crazy. Of the many episodes I've never seen of the Simpsons, that one I have seen.
Excellent episode. Let's see here. Trish causes a distraction TNA win. Bubba grabs Trish post-match, tells Devon to get the table. Trish kisses Bubba, but it doesn't work. Power bombs her through the table anyway, and Stratus is put on a backboard and carried out. Eddie and Chyna show up from the prom. Mm-hmm. Ref says, "Eddie, you're late for your match. If you don't get in the ring now, you're forfeiting the title." Now he's driving a 57 Chevy, drives it right up to the ring. It's Eddie with Chyna versus S.A. Rios with Lita for the European title. Eddie keeps his bow tie on during the match.
I like that.
That's
continuity.
That's continuity right there. S.A. drop kicks Eddie into Chyna post-match, and Lita rips Chyna's dress off, and Eddie ain't mad at it, and apparently neither is Chyna. She's like, "Yeah, check me out."
I wasn't either.
I wasn't. I ain't mad at it. Other than, X-Pac was all over that.
Everyone, at this point, Triple H technically still was. I don't know if he's let her
No,
down
they were
yet.
engaged. We talked about it last week.
At this point, they're still engaged.
Chyna and X-Pac are engaged.
Oh, so he really swooped in pretty quick after this whole Triple H and Stephanie thing. I didn't realize how quick.
It's probably Triple H's idea. Take the heat off me, man. Go fuck her.
That's what X-Pac heat is all about.
Ew. Coachman is with Triple H and Stephanie. Then it turns to Vince, and Vince says, "I have a surprise. Austin hasn't been seen, and my sources say he may have encountered transportation difficulties and may not make it." Next, you get Jericho versus Benoit for the IC title. JR mentions their rivalries in Mexico and Japan, not in Atlanta.
Not WCW.
Some matches you just watch.
Oh, glad you said that.
The only thing that I don't like is the finish. Benoit ends up using the title, but it stays in the ring. And Benoit goes for the flying headbutt. Jericho dodges it, but Benoit ends up landing headfirst on the title. So the ref DQs Jericho for quote-unquote using the title. Yep. So kind of a shitty finish, but a solid match nonetheless. Jericho's pissed off, so he puts the walls on the ref.
You know, I never realized this, but, you know, WWE, with the wrestling they had, you got Shawn Michaels and Austin, all those guys. Jericho and Benoit, they brought wrestling back to WWE, because you had Brett and all those guys that were good, but they all took off. And when they came from WCW, they brought wrestling. They brought wrestling to WWE again. And, like, these are enjoyable matches.
An angle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. With all those guys getting involved, they actually bring good wrestling to pay-per-views where you're like, I just want to see a good wrestling match. There's always at least one or two because of those guys.
Absolutely. So we go to the main event. It's Rock versus Triple H for the world title. Shane is your ref. Vince and Stephanie are in Triple H's corner. And Austin is to be in Rock's corner but hasn't arrived yet. Vince cuts a promo before Rock comes out, holds up the program, and uses your favorite line of all time, card subject to change.
I hate that.
Says Austin's not going to be here tonight. And sure as shit, the match starts. No Austin. Rock clocks Shane at one point for not counting. Rock bottom to Shane and Triple H through the announce desk. We get a low blow by Triple H. Pedigree. Shane is still down, though, so Vince calls for another ref. The Stooges come down in ref shirts. 2 count. Stooges start laying the boots to Rock. Vince gets a chair. Triple H holds up Rock, sets up for the pedigree, but we hear the glass break. Austin comes to the ring with the chair. Chair shots for everybody. And then just bounces. Literally just hits everybody with a chair shot and just walks back up the ramp. As he's walking up the ramp, we get Linda McMahon with Earl Hebner coming down. Stephanie tries to stop Linda, but fucking Linda just fucking pie faces her to the ground. We get a people's elbow. Hebner counts 3. Rock wins the world title. And then Austin drives a truck towing the DX Express bus to the ring. Apparently it got firebombed on SmackDown.
Yep, that happened too. Yep.
He gets some beers, gives one to The Rock. They both toast on the title. And that's your pay-per-view.
Not a bad one.
It was all right.
Not a bad little follow-up to WrestleMania if you had to.
China in underwear.
Yeah. Or you could just watch One Night in China.
No.
Arby's was flowing then.
Big Montana for the win. Speaking of, here's a word from our not a sponsor.
After these messages,
we'll be right back.
HBO, the greatest network of our time, has brought you compelling documentaries about pimps, hoes, players, johns, tricks, marks, mark-ass tricks, trick-ass marks, skeezers, skanks, skig-skags, and scallywops. Now, America's most incredible network gives you another side of the story as we go into the world of the haters. America Undercover presents The Player Haters Ball.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, real hating, man, that's like an art form, man. You know, it's like, you like a born a hater, you know, like myself, man. You know, a lot of cats think they hate, but, man, I mean, I'm mad at everything, man. You know, brother got a nice car, man. Why you got a car, man? I only got 1 car. Why you got 3 cars or a wife or all that, man? That's played out, man. I hate on it till he's totally broke and ain't got nothing like me, you know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, that's what real hating is all about, man.
I'm top player hater from Korea. You bitches better recognize.
Again, I'm hating on all them Korean sheep, halama dong magara, ya ketchup papa.
He looks like a broke ass sexual chocolate.
Is that a cut on you?
The player haters ball gives us an opportunity to hate on a diverse array of mock-ass marks, trick-ass marks, punk bitches and skip-scap skanks and scallywags, hoes, heifers, hee-haws, and hula-hoos.
Man, you ought to take that cane and beat whoever made that suit to death.
Why don't you vacuum that coat, man?
Well, well, well. The most diabolical haters this side of the Mississippi. Buck Nasser, what can I say about that suit that hasn't already been said about Afghanistan? It looks bombed out and depleted. And of course, the so-called beautiful. Why don't you click your heels together 3 times and go back to Africa? And as for you, Balls Hole, very insulting what you said about my coat. It's made out of your mother's pubic hair. Quite chilly. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go take my throne, because I'm a shoo-in for Hater of the Year. The Player Haters Ball is not always about hating on one another. We play games with each other, too, like our annual photo flip.
Oh,
damn. Oh,
damn. Little ass teeth. You got dolphin teeth.
Yeah, Arsenio Hall teeth. He always says he doesn't want anyone to see him shine. But the looks shiny to me. He looks like Malcolm X before he converted to Islam.
Next.
Thank you, Miss Envy. Good Lord Almighty. So Osama bin Laden.
To pump my gas in my car on the way over here.
That's ironic because I take yoga classes from him. Next picture, please. I like the song the girl sings, Papa Don't Preach. I got a song for you too, bitch. It's called Daughter Don't Sing. Next picture, please. His boy George. Now that man right there, I'd hate to fight. She wears underwear with dick holes in them.
And now to present the award for Player Hater of the Year, Ice-T.
I'd like to welcome all you ignorant-ass bitches, critics, complainers, disgruntled rappers, and racists especially, to the 9th Annual International Player Haters Ball. Oh, man. Hate.
Man, you corny.
Next say something while I'm talking is getting shot. Please believe that. So without further ado, let me give you the nominations for Player Hater of the Year. Y'all ready? First up, Buck Nasty. Buck Nasty is nominated for getting his best friend's wife pregnant, then tricking his best friend into raising the little mother.
Yeah, holla at your boy.
Damn, that's hateful. The next nominee is Pitbull. Pitbull is nominated for calling the police on the drug dealers that moved next door to his house. Not because it was the right thing to do, just because he was jealous of all the money they was making. Pitbull! Oh. Finally, the one and only, Silky Johnson. Silky Johnson is nominated for calling in a bomb threat to the Special Olympics, man! The winner of the 9th Annual Player Hater of the Year Award is Silky Johnson!
Kiss my ass! I'm the biggest hater! Silky mink made out of 100% rat ass!
Hit me, baby. That, of course, was beautiful talking. Beautiful on the weekends does stunts for Little Richard in gay movies. First off, I would like to thank God Almighty for giving everybody so much and me so little. I hate you. I hate you. I don't even know you, and I hate your guts. I hope all the bad things in life happen to you and nobody else but you. And as I sip my soda that I'm sure somebody spit in, I just would like to say to all of you, kiss my ass, you rotten Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go home and put some water in Buck Nasty's mama's dish. Good evening.
Hashtag not a sponsor.
All right, so Monday Night Raw's in Baltimore, May 1st. I saw a sign at the beginning of the show, and it's really weird. It's really weird because it's almost like you wrote it and saw the future when you made the sign. The sign said, Chris Benoit, Mark, forever.
That was me. I was in Baltimore that night.
Man, if he could have looked into the future a little bit on that one. Yeesh.
I want Benoit to be my dad. That would have been the sign.
Yeah. Never mind. We open up with Dudley's versus TNA again. Edge and Christian join commentary, and Christian tells King, we're going to shoot with you tonight. And then he continues to explain what it means. No Trish, she's still out after the injury at Backlash. Edge distracts the ref. Christian hits an unprettier to Devon. TNA win. McMahon Helmsley regime to the ring. Triple H's arm is in a sling. Stephanie looking short and squatty as ever. Loving it. Triple H says The Rock is not as happy as he should be because The Rock couldn't get the job done by himself. Enjoy it. You're on borrowed time. He mentions his arm's in the sling because of his separated shoulder, but he's going to take back what's his. And he calls out to JR. He says, listen, I listened to the tape last night in your commentary. You're the best at what you do, and you called one hell of a match, but you made one mistake. You said game over. You were wrong. Game's not over. It's just beginning. Stephanie gets on the mic for reasons. Saw another sign. Linda McMahon is a MILF. Ew. Nah.
Look, man. Look, that went a little too far. A gilf? Maybe.
Neither. Puts Triple H over, passes the mic to Vince, tells the crowd to shut up. I love when he does that. He starts to cut his promo. He's like, shut up!
The shut ups are always my favorite.
Austin's not scheduled to be here tonight, and if he does, I guarantee it'll be worse than the hit and run that took him out. And he calls out Linda for reinstating Hebner, and if she shows up, heed these words. Triple H says when he teased hitting you with the pedigree, he wasn't really going to do it. That's him. That's not me. I'll shit on your head right in the middle of the ring. I don't give a fuck. Hebner has reported for duty tonight. Vince says I'll tend to him later. And another guarantee, when The Rock shows up, WWF history will be made in this ring tonight inside the steel cage above the ring. Hooray. We see Crash Holly arriving to the arena. The valet jumps him and tries to win the title. Crash gets him locked in the trunk and runs off. Too Cool versus the Hardys. Too Cool win. We get the Stooges with Vince. They're trying to kiss Vince's ass. Vince says, just bring Hebner to me. They do. Tells the Stooges to go wait on the other side of the door. And Vince, you sniveling little shit, who the hell do you think you are? Stay out of my business. Bad things happen to people who get in my business. Next, you get the Cat and Jacqueline versus Ivory and Terry. Cat fight, such and such. Titties. Cat and Jacqueline win. Road Dogg and X-Pac want another shot at Edge and Christian, and Vince says, not tonight. Tonight is DX family night. And Dogg, I got a special assignment for you. And X-Pac, I want you to defend Stephanie's honor and kick Jericho's ass. And then Stephanie kisses Vince on the lips again.
If you only knew.
Ew. Ew. You know where them lips have been? You realize you just kissed every... Never mind.
You realize you just kissed every ring boy that's ever been?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that was Pat Patterson.
Next, you got X-Pac with Tori. That was
Pucker.
Pat Patterson. Yeah, I don't know. That's how much I kept grabbing my pucker. X-Pac with Tori versus Jericho. Hebner's your ref. Jericho runs down Stephanie pre-match. Tori's on the apron. Jericho drop kicks her to the floor. Bronco Buster, but X-Pac won't break the count, so Hebner pulls him off. We get the shoving match. X-Pac gets DQ'd. Jericho locks in the walls. Road Dogg makes the save. Hebner shoves him to the mat. And the rest of the refs come down to hold back Jericho and Earl Hebner. Rock comes to the ring, gives Austin a shout-out. Shane, your role, know it. Triple H, your mouth, shut it. Vince, your llama's anus, lick it. Stephanie, your dirty panties, wear it.
I loved it. I swear to God.
It was good.
Assuming all of those roles. Just.
Yep. The regime comes to the ramp. Vince is all smiles and says, "You're going to have the shortest world title reign ever. You're going to defense that title tonight in the cage against Shane." And neither Shane or Triple H look happy. Triple H with Shane, he's telling Shane, "Hey man, that title is mine." Edge and Christian come to the ring. Edge says since they won the titles, going through the crowd has just become too much. But we're going to pause for 5 seconds to pose for those of you with the benefit of flash photography.
It's the first time ever for the 5-second pose. Oh, man. That's so awesome. I loved it.
You knew it was coming because he started wearing the sunglasses and doing that weird smile. He looks like Terry from Great White Hype. When he's doing the one photo shoot, he has that shitty grin. It's that same weird grin. It's great. They issue an open challenge, and it's Rikishi and Big Show. And Big Show is dressed as Rikishi. He is Shokishi. Edge uses a ring bell DQ dance party. Dance party. Triple H is with Stephanie. Still pissed about Shane having the chance to win the title tonight. Stephanie says maybe my dad wants to see who the better man is. So next you get S.A. Rios with Lita versus Eddie with Chyna for the European title again. Lita's wearing Chyna's red prom dress that she ripped off. S.A. gives her a rose, mocking them. Eddie wins. Chyna rips the dress off of Lita. Hebner, this is just like the most random thing. I think they're just trying shtick for Hebner. Hebner's getting coffee in the back, and Tori comes in and accidentally knocks it into him. Damn it, woman, that's hot coffee. It was just like, oh, oops. Next you get Benoit versus Taz. This could have been better, but Benoit wins quick with a distraction from Saturn, and Taz jumps Saturn post-match, and then Hardcore just shows up and goes after Benoit. Next you get Cole with Crash Holly. Crash is almost doing the screaming Norman Smiley thing. Like, almost, kinda. He's doing the, I'm paranoid and I don't know what to do anymore. I'm tired of looking over my shoulder all the time. It was
just not wearing the
like
football
that.
Gear.
Well, there's that too.
But no, but I know what you're saying.
He's just wearing a fucking... Yeah, definitely. And then Steve Blackman just comes in, and they just have a match, and they end up in the ring, and then the crowd, and then there's a couple Baltimore Ravens there. They try winning the Hardcore title, and Crash just powders. That's that. So next you get Shane versus The Rock. Cage match for the world title. The regime's at ringside. The Stooges are the refs. Triple H has a stick. He's just poking Rock through the cage with it. It's fucking hilarious. Basically, this is just your typical shit show of a fucking cage match. Triple H goes in the cage for a one-arm man. He's doing a pretty good job of kicking ass. But Hebner comes to the ring. Briscoe shoves Hebner to keep him from ringside, but Hebner shoves Briscoe into the cage, slams the door on Triple H. Rock bottom to Triple H. Rock escapes and retains. There you go.
Good night, folks.
Well, on to the next one.
After these messages,
we'll be right back.
What'll it be, guys?
I'll have a scotch on the rocks.
I'll have a Samuel Adams. I'll have a Samuel Jackson.
You know something? I'll have a Samuel Jackson, too.
Me 3. 3 Samuel Jacksons coming right up.
Good motherfucking course, motherfucker. Samuel Jackson, made painstakingly by me, Samuel L. Jackson. It'll get you drunk. You'll be fucking fat girls in no time. You might even fight a nigga or two. Bitch. How's it taste, motherfucker?
Can you stop yelling at me, please?
No, I can't stop yelling, because that's how I talk. You ain't never seen my movies. Juice, that was a good one. Deep Blue Sea, they ate me. A fucking shark ate me. Drink, bitch. Jurassic Park, Samuel Jackson. It's my beer. Yes, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell. How's it taste, motherfucker? Huh?
Can you stop yelling at me?
No, I can't stop yelling at you. This is my acting style. You haven't seen my movies? Jackie Brown, Star Wars, the one where I say, yes, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell. Then that too. I was in Juice with Tupac Shakur. Where you go? Juice, nigga.
Hashtag not a sponsor.
Well, I'll tell you what this segment necessarily isn't sponsored by, but is fucking amazing. Cali Squeeze. Yeah, these are pretty goddamn good, man. They're a good fucking beer, just so you know, ODM, as I'm holding it up. It's a 9%er.
Oh, nice.
I felt like I needed that kind of depth if I'm going to be watching what we're about to talk about right now, which is
probably a little easier to
Thunder.
drink. Probably a little easier to drink than the airplane bottles you were crushing earlier.
That was just the one. It's the best thing that the liquor store or the gas station has down the road next to me. Anyway, so here's the deal. So we have this is Thunder, man, and it's the only time we're going to cover Thunder, which is
a good thing.
I guess a good thing. And I was kind of hoping we'd never have to deal with Thunder, but it is where we're at, man. It is the night that David Arquette wins the title, and I swear on everything that is holy, up until this exact moment, I've only ever seen the finish.
Same.
At this exact moment right now with you, ODM, I have never watched this full fucking match. And we said, fuck it, let's give it a shot. Let's see what it's like. If you feel like you want to watch along with us, you won't. But, you know, we're hey, what's the Peacock number at? I bet you could tell them that part, actually. What part of
I am at
Thunder?
1 hour, 21 minutes, and 4 seconds. This is the April 26, 2000 Thunder in Syracuse, New York.
I have 9 minutes and 16 seconds left is what I'm seeing on mine, which is hysterical. You know, it's funny because that's a good WCW match for you.
So you've got 9:16 left.
Roughly.
Okay. Yeah, we're close enough, I think.
I think we are. We both already agreed where we're at. You and I talked off the air. Here we go, man. So if you guys want to give this a shot, we're going to do it the same way, where we can do a little bit of countdown as normal. And we'll do that right now. So let's watch David Arquette and DDP. Let's actually give us a little bit of preface so everybody knows. It is DDP and David Arquette versus Double J, Jeff Jarrett, and Eric Bischoff. In this match, the winner is whoever gets the pin. They had to say that multiple times to make sure that you had a good idea that who this winner was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
But here we go. ODM, are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, and a 3, 2, 1, play.
Slap nuts.
It's funny, mine kind of stuttered. Hopefully I'm not too far behind you.
Oh, yeah?
But
that's all right.
We got Double J coming out in a Slap Nuts shirt, and Eric Bischoff. It's got that real nice flowing locks of silver.
Yeah, silver locks, the silver fox. Somebody has a sign. It's Jeff Jarrett as a South Park character.
Yep. Oh, man. It's funny because I do remember watching a little bit of Thunder when it first aired. It's like, wow, this is cool, an extra wrestling show. And then you're like, oh, shit, this is basically WWE Superstars.
Yeah,
it's
it
on
was
a nighttime
Well,
show.
no, here's the thing, though. Thunder, and this is a perfect example, they actually did a lot of shit, like big shit on Thunder, which was always frustrating because it's like, it's your B show. Why are you doing it on Thunder? Nobody's watching it.
All right, that's true. So I got DDP coming out right now. Is that what you're seeing?
Yep. DDP's out. He's got the title on, and Arquette just ran out next to him. Looks like a reject from some show at the Bug Jar with bruises all over his face.
Well, I was going to say, he's all beat up, and I actually just heard the announcers say DDP told Arquette earlier tonight, just stay in the back. I got this. But Arquette is apparently too much of a fighter. Who do you think would win the match, David Arquette or at that time his wife, Courtney Cox?
His wife.
Yeah, me too. I'd let her beat me up. Nothing to do with friends.
Yeah, no. Here's that shitty finish from Nitro.
Oh my God, where the ref... I had to use the soundbite last week. All right, right now they're showing what happened last week in the cage match where DDP won the title. I had to use the soundbite. The ref goes, 1, 2, and they go, oh, is he going to... And he goes, fuck it. 3.
Just call it, yeah.
Is this a WCW thing where they turn the lights down in the main event match?
Maybe it was just part of the DDP entrance and they haven't put him back up yet.
Either way, we're 2 minutes and 20 seconds into this thing, technically, out of what is 9 minutes. And we haven't even rang the fucking bell to wrestle.
We haven't, nope, nothing at all. Oh, Kimberly's coming. Kimberly's out as the ref.
Kimberly's the ref? Oh!
Smattering. We get a smattering.
Well, I mean, what? You're going to have a bunch of guys wrestle around each other? No, put some smattering in there.
Hey, I ain't mad at it. I'm just saying.
And, I mean, if we're talking about this exact thing here, so this is... She turned her back on DDP, so she is here to make sure that either Bischoff or Double J wins the title. Oh, Bischoff.
Yeah.
It's funny, DDP cut his hair, Lex Luger cut his hair. Everybody's like, I think I'm done with the long shit.
Yeah.
I'm done with the mullets.
It's probably around the same time Metallica cut their hair.
Yeah, that's true. And it's already a shit show. Bischoff and David Arquette are fighting outside, and DDP are in Double J
Everybody's
fighting
fighting
outside.
on the floor.
Yeah, fuck it. No one needs to fight in the ring.
Arquette just pulled a move. It looked like when I hit Wheezy last night.
The punch to the stomach. I just caught that.
Okay.
During break, I told that to the wife. She loved that shit.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh. Oh.
She got the whale tail going. Hey, since this match sucks ass, have you seen the trailer for the new Rock movie?
Going for the power bomb? Oh, my hand hurts from jerking off everybody else in the back. I'm sorry, DDP. I can't count to 3 that way.
She's wearing a slingshot.
It's funny because did Jeff Jarrett leave WWE for WCW and Vince was like, fuck him? Because it's like, you didn't really move on to bigger and better things.
No.
Like, did he quit or get fired?
He was the opposite. I don't know. I think he quit. Or he might have gotten fired. I'm not sure. We'll have to look that up. Maybe that's what we'll do one day. We'll do the saga of Jeff Jarrett.
Kind of feel like we should. Oh, well,
absolutely.
Here comes Eric Bischoff.
Here comes Bischoff.
We don't have David Arquette anymore.
He took that advice from DDP literally. Just stay in the back.
Well, now this is going to be a good match. We took out the actor.
Oh, yeah, it's Eric Bischoff and DDP, yeah.
It just... Oh, that's right. Eric Bischoff with his kicks. He's a martial artist.
Yeah.
You ever look at something and you go, wow, this is the actual main event of a wrestling event? This is it.
Mm-hmm. This is definitely it. That's a lot of WCW this time period.
I'm glad we don't have to do this on a weekly basis. Do it as a
I
watch
know,
along.
right?
Like, all right, we're both fast forwarding at the same time, right? 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, right. It's the beauty of the main event matches is they're always less than 10 minutes long.
That's true. This is in Syracuse. At what, the War Memorial?
Probably. I'm not sure.
I hate that they got to keep the name War Memorial in Rochester went to Blue Cross Arena. I love the War Memorial. I thought it was the best fucking name, especially.
Here comes Arquette.
Oh, Arquette's back! Oh, God, I already know what this means because I've seen these fucking images before. Oh, Diamond Cutter? No. Oh, almost hits Kimberly.
And kisses her.
Kisses his own wife. Okay.
Shitty spear.
Shitty spear from Arquette. It looks like Jey Uso's spear. All right.
Yep.
Jared is pinning.
Double cover.
Yep. 1, 2, 3. And Arquette wins the win. It wins because the ref only went to one of the pins. He said fuck Jarrett's and went right over to David Arquette's. And he won the world title.
David Arquette won the world title. Does Courtney Cox come out?
Does she?
I have no idea.
What
Probably
an
not.
awful name. Just anybody with the last name Cox, you're just doomed. Doesn't matter how it's spelled. But no, oh my God. This is horrible. Look at him. He's holding up the WCW World Championship. I saw Ric Flair hold this exact big belt at one point.
Goldie. Saw Ric Flair debut this title. Fucking side plates coming half off. They must have had the fucking replica belt there.
All right, you can play with the toy one. We're not going to give you the good one. We'll let you play with the other one. I like that his shirt and everything is all ripped up to look like he really went through hell with Eric Bischoff.
I know, right? Just stole it from a movie set.
Oh, my God. David Arquette is the WCW champion. This is just wild to even watch. Even 25 years later.
Oh, dude, fans are trying to rip his shirt off.
I'll give $50 to anybody to punch him in the face right now.
I know, right? Rex!
So now we're getting the replay. So Jarrett came in with the title, and it looks like he hits DDP with the championship at the same time that we got that spear. And he was pinning DDP at the same time while Arquette is pinning Bischoff. And the ref literally crawls right by Jeff Jarrett and goes, let's see what the celebrity can do.
Absolutely terrible. And I mean, DDP kicked out at 2, but the ref didn't matter. Mickey J was just counting for Arquette anyway. It was just terrible. And that's it. That's literally
just went off the air.
There's your fucking watch along.
Oh, so there's many things I need to say. First of all, you say that Airheads is his best role. I mean, his 1-800-COLLECT videos were pretty good, but I mean, his role thinking he was a good WCW champion. I mean, he brought that character from Ready to Rumble right over. He was, what's his fucking name in there? Jesus, Brody. He really came over as Brody. Like that was him in this act. Oh, it was horrible.
You know, we always quote, what do you call it? Coming to America and say good and terrible. Just terrible.
Terrible. I swear to God, that's the first time I've ever watched that match from the very beginning to end.
You ain't missing much. It was here. We can sum it up in less than 30 seconds. You ready? Hold on. You ready? Participants come to the ring. Kimberly's announced as the referee. Bischoff and Arquette fight off. Bischoff comes back by himself. Arquette comes back. Double pin. Arquette wins.
Wow. Man, you made it seem like a cinematic, beautiful movie the way you just fucking pieced it together. Oh, no, wait. That was just what happened.
Yeah, well.
Oh, man, that was interesting, and I can promise you, probably the last time I'm ever going to watch that match, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Never need to see it again.
Fair enough. Well, you know, I guess I'm the Nitro, right?
Yeah, I guess so. All right, well, after that shit show of a match, let's see how they followed it up on Nitro. It's in Birmingham, Alabama. Courtney Cox is with David Arquette on the scene of 3,000 Miles to Graceland.
Good movie.
We get your recap. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it.
Kurt Russell bangs her out.
I love Kurt
Russell.
You
know who's in that movie? David Arquette is in 3,000 Miles to Graceland.
I know. He was on the set.
But I thought you said just Courtney Cox was on the set. I thought you were just talking about that.
No, they were both
the
in
best
there.
part.
Yeah.
He dies in like 20 minutes into the movie.
Perfect. Sounds like the perfect role for him. We cut to the parking garage and we see a Lincoln Town Car and limo almost crash head on. It's Mike Awesome, Kidman, Kimberly, Jeff Jarrett, Russo, and Bischoff in the limo. And it's Arquette, DDP, and Canyon in the town car. And then a Charger comes flying in, crashes into the limo. It's Hogan, and a brawl ensues. This is your go-home show for Slamboree. We open up with Crowbar versus Norman Smiley. Somebody in a mascot outfit is with Smiley. It's teased as Smiley's partner for the 2-on-1 at Slamboree vs. Funk. Apparently, it's the minor league hockey team mascot, but he's dressed like a football player. And somehow the mascot gets in the ring, but then gets bumped into the ropes and their head gets stuck between the ropes. Mm-hmm. And they stand there for 10 minutes just selling at their head, while commentary is like, well, just take the mask off. Just take the headpiece off.
I like it when even commentary is like, all right, fuck kayfabe, man. Just take the mask off, really.
Yeah, right? Mark Madden says it might be Abdullah the Butcher. Then Crowbar does the wiggle to the mascot while he's stuck in the ropes. And then Smiley hits Crowbar with the kendo stick and does the wiggle to him while he's doing the wiggle to the mascot. He gets free, and then Crowbar just lays a T-shirt over the eyes of the mascot and attacks him with the kendo stick, and then Smiley wins.
You wiggle, 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 wiggle. Hey,
sure.
I just have to say this. I fucking hate Mark Madden on commentary. Never liked him.
Yeah, I told you, he's that boy.
Oh, my God. It's 100%. Just bad.
Yeah, good and terrible.
Good and terrible.
Arquette, DDP, and Canyon are backstage. Arquette says, it's been fun, but I don't deserve this title. No shit. And then they cut to they're back on set for 3,000 Miles to Graceland. Kurt Russell shows up, and he's like in costume he looks like Elvis. He's got the Elvis haircut.
Yep.
And Courtney Cox is like, did you know my husband's the world champion? And Kurt Russell just laughs at him.
And just walks away.
Walks away, and then Arquette grabs the chair like he's going to chase after him, and Courtney Cox screams, "You're not a wrestler!" No shit. Sean Stasiak, the perfect one, is doing a Mr. Perfect vignette on a basketball court where he is going to break the world record for free throw shooting. He takes one shot, and then they cut back to the arena. We're barely 15 minutes into the show, and it's already all over the fucking place. And it's going to get better, because David Arquette, DDP, and Canyon come to the ring. They mention Courtney Cox is from Birmingham. Arquette cuts a promo. He says, I'm an entertainer, not a sports entertainer, and I'm going to relinquish the title tonight. And it'll be on the line in the 3-cage match at Slamboree. New Blood come to the ring. Russo randomly has Elizabeth on a leash.
Yeah.
Kind of weird. Probably to keep her away from the pills. Bischoff says, you're the champ whether you like it or not. And at Slamboree Arquette, you'll be defending that title in a triple threat inside the triple threat cage. Luger comes in to retrieve Liz, chases off Russo and Liz to the back. Luger cut his hair. It's not long anymore.
Yeah.
Bischoff says Arquette needs a warm-up. So how about this? You're going to face Tank Abbott tonight, who comes right to the ring. DDP retorts, then Abbott. It's a shit show brawl. Security breaks it up, and Abbott says, DDP, I want you tonight. If you win, Arquette is safe, but if you don't win, I'm going to kill Arquette tonight. Cut back to Sean Stasiak, still shooting free throws, talking about his abs. Bischoff is with Hugh Morris and tells him he's going to be in a triple threat match tonight, and if any of your misfits in action interfere, I'm firing them all. Misfits in Action, if you don't know, is a really shitty stable that didn't do anything that consists of Hugh Morris, Lash LaRue, Hammer, and Chavo.
Yeah, it was pretty humorous.
Next you get the Wall versus Horace. I didn't know Horace was still there. Don't worry, nobody's listening anyway. They already have a table set up on the floor, and there's a table in the ring. Kidman comes in. He gets tossed. It's a table match, which they never mentioned. Wall puts Horace through a table. Hooray. Beatdown post-match. Hogan comes to the ring. Kidman and Wall powder. Mike Awesome comes in behind Hogan. The 3-on-1 is too much. Hogan gets put through a table. We get Vampiro cutting a promo/vignette from a graveyard. Some shitty night vision camera. Russo comes to the ring with Liz, cuts a promo on Lex, and says, I want to face you later tonight for Liz. Great. So next you get this triple threat match, which is Jeff Jarrett versus Scott Steiner versus Hugh Morris. It starts off as Jarrett and Steiner versus Morris, but Steiner ends up going after Jarrett, probably was roid raging. Steiner recliner to Morris. Jarrett hits Steiner with the guitar, and Morris actually gets the pin. And then the Misfits in action come to the ring to celebrate. Now we see Sting in the graveyard, and he's looking for Vampiro. Because they're going to have a graveyard match. Sort of. Not really. Bischoff fires the Misfits in action. We go back to the graveyard. Vampiro is trailing Sting. And Schiavone says, in the history of sports entertainment, we've never seen a match in a graveyard. Pretty sure we have.
Well, it wasn't in a graveyard. It was a shitload of dirt in the middle of the arena.
Well, no, they did a Taker thing where they were on a set that was like supposed to be a graveyard.
Yeah, with AJ Styles at WrestleMania 36. He never did one that was an actual set. He would do vignettes, but never a match.
All right, we'll have to Buster prove me right. Anyway, Vampiro lures him.
Wrong.
Again, there's this shitty night vision camera they're using. Vampiro smashes a tombstone over Sting's head, knocking him into an open grave. I will say it looked pretty cool when he smashed that tombstone over his head. I'm not going to lie. I popped for that one.
It was well done.
It probably would have looked a lot better with a fucking decent camera with some lights on, but who the fuck am I? Next, you get DDP versus Tank Abbott. Tank lands a right and DDP goes down, but he gets back up as Tank starts to walk away. Jeff Jarrett blindsides DDP with a bottle from the crowd while the ref's distracted, and then Abbott hits the KO punch and the ref calls it. Yay. Kidman cuts a promo. Nash shows up to the arena, sees the promo on the monitor, and Terry Taylor's like, I think he's calling you out. I think he stole your wallet. Nash goes to the ring, but guess who's back? Conan and Rey Mysterio. They make the save. Nash cleans house, though, chases Conan and Mysterio to the back, and this was the most disjointed bullshit ever. Conan gets in the driver's side. He gets in the driver's seat of his truck. Rey hops in the bed. A car blocked them from leaving, and they go to break, and then when they come back, Nash is just beating the shit out of both of them. It was so terrible.
Was he the car blocking him?
No, just some random car. Russo with Liz versus Luger. If Luger wins, he gets Liz back. And Russo tells Liz, do your job. Do me, baby. Sick burn. I think it meant he wanted her to take his coat off. Liz grabs the mic and says, you're from New York, right? Well, you should understand this. Kiss my Kentucky ass. Sick burn. Luger and Flair come to the ring. Douglas and Buff take Flair out. Security swarms Luger. Liz gets free, takes Russo out with the bat. And then Chronic come to the ring because why not? Then the cops come in and mace Chronic because why not? Cut to the back and Arquette is freaking out about having to face Tank Abbott. Come on, Rex! Rex!
You shouldn't have tried to escape, man.
We cut back to Nash. He's smashing windows on Conan's truck. Vampiro does an in-ring promo. The lights are out and flashing. We see a crow at the top of the ramp. Sting repels with the bat, takes out Vampiro. Back to Stasiak, still shooting free throws. Russo storms into Liz's locker. Liz slaps him. At Tank Abbott versus David Arquette. Jeff Jarrett, Bischoff, and Kimberly are watching from the back. Arquette tries to spear Abbott. It was an epic fail. DDP does the thing that we all love where he gets taken away in an ambulance and he just drives the ambulance back, meaning he probably killed the fucking driver and hijacked the car. Bischoff tells Jarrett to take care of DDP. DDP hits a cutter to Abbott and drags Arquette on top of Abbott. David Arquette gets his third pinfall in WCW. He's 3-0.
This is all in one episode?
This is one episode. We come back from break and we see Scott Steiner jump Jeff Jarrett. And we get back to Shawn Stasiak. He is about to shoot shot 522, which will break the record. And then Kurt Hennig comes in and just beats the shit out of him real quick. Steal my gimmick, will ya? And our main
At least
event
it led to
is
something good.
Yeah, I guess it's Hogan versus Mike Awesome. Kidman tries to interfere. Hogan cuts him off. Bischoff comes to the ring, distracts the ref. It allows Kidman to hit the chair shot from the top rope. Awesome gets the pin. Hogan gets up, though, takes out Kidman and Awesome with a chair. We see a random fan in a Sting mask run in the ring, stutter step, and get out of there. Well, he got grabbed by security and ripped out of there. And it's a good thing he did. Because right after that, the blood falls from the ceiling all over. And the New Blood just go in the ring and try not to slip. What a fucking shit show. Good night, folks.
I kind of wish he was in there when the blood went down. It just would have been funnier.
Me too.
That way.
Would have been better.
Seriously, this is all in one magazine? This is all in one episode? This is, dear God.
Right?
Well, at least we could laugh about it now because we got our movie of the week, and I'm excited about this one. It's a funny one. It's Airheads. Let's cue that little theme.
We need some feedback here. Go.
You're on the air.
Whoa. Am I on the air? Come on, buddy, give me the phone.
Am I speaking English? What'd I just say, dipshit?
Come on, buddy. No way. Shut up, Beavis.
So what do you guys want?
You guys are like the Lone Rangers, right?
Yeah.
We saw you guys at the Wheel Well last month. You suck. Yeah.
Hey, come down here and say that, you punk.
Damn straight, you can kiss my ass.
Hey, why don't you guys make all the chicks get naked? Yeah.
Usual crap of retard.
Hey guys, you're on TV.
What is Johnny doing out on a Thursday night? Because Johnny can't read and Johnny can't write.
Johnny.
I wrote that song before I even met you. Did you get a chance to get it in? I know that we talked about timing wise.
I can't
That's
take it.
all right.
I didn't. I just didn't have time, and I do have a DVD player. I had to watch it in the den though, and
I know that
too
you were
much
looking
shit
for
going
the
on, so
streaming.
I might watch it tonight.
You
maybe.
messaged me. You go, "How did you watch it?" And I go,
Yeah.
"I own it." And you go, "Well, Lottie fucking da."
I own it.
I had to put one of those old DVDs in, the digital video disc.
I have it on
was,
Laserdisc.
all right, so Airheads, and I swear to God, we did not mean for it to ever really happen. But I guess you talk about them on Nitro. We talked about them on Thunder. This movie has David Arquette. Fuck it, hit the bumper.
David Arquette won the world title. David Arquette won the world title. He can't believe it. David Arquette won the world title.
Hat trick.
I love that when after he runs out of the fucking place and he comes back, Brendan Fraser turns to Buscemi and he goes, "What the hell is that?" And he goes, "It's that fucking surfer dude." They call him just the surfer dude. You never really get his name. He goes, "That surfer dude." He goes, "Are you telling him to piss off?"
Piss off. I always forget Chris Farley's in this as a cop.
Improvise.
Yeah, look, I don't want to have to bring you boys in on a 148. That's obstruction.
It's obstruction. The guy bites his fucking police shield, his badge. What are you going to do about that? Chump style? Rips his fucking nipple ring out.
Chunk style.
I love that shit.
Shut your pie hole and keep working. Pie hole, what's that? Some kind of crack of slang?
Crack of slang. Oh my God. Yo, everything, like, all right, so Milo. That's Milo, right? No, wait, Milo is the one with the long hair.
Milo isn't Milo Chuck? Am Michael McKean?
That's what I'm saying. It's Chuck. Michael McKean. Chuck from Better Call Saul. I can't think of of Marcus. Marcus is the black guy.
Yes.
That's the one. Same kind of thing. You guys have been doing to my people for some 40-odd years. And then Adam Sandler coming over. Hey, man. Yo, we've been down since Jimi Hendrix died, too, man. We saw, what was it? Oh, my God.
Public Enemy and Anthrax.
Did you catch that one, G?
G? Don't call me G. You want to take a step back? You're standing on my dick, man.
And then his other interaction later. You guys having a good time tonight? All right. Rodney King. Rodney King. Rodney King? What the hell is that supposed to mean? Yeah, he's that
He's
guy.
that guy. Another forgotten moment of this movie is that, because, you know, they take over the radio station, right? But they're still on the air, right? And they're playing music, and they're interjecting every once in a while. So they start taking calls from people, and it's fun because they're all just razzing them. But Beavis and Butthead call in.
We saw
awesome.
you guys last week. You guys suck.
You suck.
Hey, come on down here, say that to my face, asshole.
Why don't you make the chicks get naked?
I like that they're like, he's like, shit, we need some reverb on this. And Michael McKean, Milo, goes, you can't curse on the air. And then the next call they take, the guy fucking Joe, no. What's the main guy, the fucking radio station guy? I got to get his name in real life. It's gonna bother
Joe
me.
Mantegna.
Joe Mantegna.
Yeah.
You get feedback. He goes, "Ooh, you want to turn that down, asshole?" And then he looks over at Miley. Goes, "Sorry, they're doing it. I don't know." Like, him drinking a beer and Pepto-Bismol together at the same time.
Yeah.
I will never forget. Is one of my. Every time I think about Pepto-Bismol, I think about him using it, and he's like, "Oh, good. This is the shit we're giving away." I saw those guys. They don't wear any pants on stage. I do like the beginning with the... Remember that one guy? He got tased by the police. He still can't grow hair on his balls, man.
Growing on his balls.
So
then he sued them for $1 million when his pubes didn't grow in. Still got no hair on his balls,
still
man.
has no hair on his balls. So it's funny. Have you ever seen School Ties? Brendan Fraser goes to a school.
Yes, coward.
Yeah, there you go. Being called out for being Jewish. The girl he likes from the other school is the same girl that's his girlfriend in this movie.
Oh, no shit. That's right. Yeah. Good call.
Yeah.
Never noticed that.
So you got Steve Buscemi, Adam Sandler. Ernie Hudson is one of the cops.
Oh, that's
Chris
right.
Farley. The one guy I don't know his goddamn name, but as a cop, the one that's like, oh, you leave a little skid mark on your underwear and you thought I started World War IX. Who else is in this? Michael Richards.
Michael Richards is in it. He's stuck in the air vents the whole time.
I got a condo.
They give him a gun. What else? Who else is it? Fucking Harold Ramis.
Oh my God,
from Ghostbusters.
Oh my God, he pretends to be the record producer. That's
the record executive.
All right, I got one for you. Who'd win the wrestling match? Lemmy or God? Lemmy or God? Lemmy. God. No, trick question. Lemmy is a god. I love.
Well, the first one is the best. The first one is the best. He's like, "Whose side did you take in the Van Halen split? David Lee Roth or Van Halen?" He goes, "Van Halen." He goes, "He's a cop."
Yeah, Joe Montana goes, "He's a cop," and like he's not even like on their side. He's a hostage. He's like, "Ah, it's a cop." And then they bring in, oh fuck, what's the guy? Judd Nelson. He's the real
Judd Nelson.
He's the real record producer, and that's when he didn't even hear it. He didn't even, and he's like, "You heard it for about 5 seconds, then it got 8."
Surfer dude, Arquette's character. I just found one of his lines. What was she on the Clydesdale scale? That's how many Clydesdales it would take to tear off her face.
It really is David Arquette's best role.
It is.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hey, that's the way it is, little bro. You think Tommy Lee sat around and waited for the bus? Man, he hustled. That's how come he gets to live in the hills in Port Heather Locklear.
Actually, one of my favorite ones, rock stars don't go to jail. Hell, Vince Neil killed somebody and all he did was 30 days. He ain't lying.
The Lone Rangers. You can't, there's three of you. You can't exactly pluralize lone.
Totally lost me. It's... And I like Kurt Loder from MTV is there later on, and he goes, the Lone Rangers cut. That can't be right. I mean, how could you pluralize Lone Ranger?
I like when Milo's talking to Michael Richards. He's like, well, been having a little bit of itching on my, I mean, it could be hemorrhoids. It's just, I made an appointment with my proctologist to get some type of cream or something.
Gonna leave me high and dry on Saturday. High, not gonna be able to come in when I'm firing everybody. What are these? They're shorts. Pants with little legs.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God. I do like that. You're screwing on my $5,000 leather couch.
Oh, man. You got any kind of training? Well, I was in the Merchant Marines. Marines, yeah, I copy. But I was an accountant. No, you won't be held accountable.
The accountable?
That was some naked gun shit right there.
I'll be held accountable. I was an accountant. Oh, my God. It's an underrated line. It happens so quick, too, while he's on the phone with him. And I love it because Joe Montana, whatever his fucking name is, and it's bothering me, I can't think of it right now in this movie. He's the one that saves them because he has the gun to them from the vent, and he takes that giant baby bottle because they had the world's biggest asinine demands. They got a giant baby bottle. They got pictures of naked B. Arthur.
Football helmet filled with cottage cheese.
I looked there like, yo, I can't believe they found this stuff.
Yeah, Ian.
Ian is the guy, yup.
That's his name. 64 copies of Moby Dick, the book or the movie. They made a book out of it?
Yeah, get that. All right.
I ain't farting on no snare drum.
They started tour.
He goes, we got to send one person out. I'll go. One of the hostages, doof.
Oh, my God. Actually, my favorite one, and you'll appreciate this, too. Well, hey, I don't understand why she's got to go because she's a woman. All right. You know what? You can leave. Get your shit and go home. You can go home in time for Simpsons.
Yep.
It's funny because I read something about this movie that it was supposed to be a touch longer, but also have a little more, I think, a little more of a dark side to it or something like that, and they made it the way they did. I don't know. There were some last minute changes to how this movie was supposed to be.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, it's hard, right? Because you can sit there and talk about what could have been,
sure,
and it may sound great, but what we got, I think, is perfect. This was never going to be an Academy Award-winning movie. This was just a funny movie with some names that people, and especially at the time. You know what I mean?
I do like that meme that always goes around, like, you're not a fan of rock and roll if you don't know what this band is. And it's
unless
a picture
you know these guys,
of the Lone Rangers.
I love when the cop tells his girlfriend who shows up with the tape that his name is Chaz.
Yep,
it's Chester, right? And then he's like, "I played D&D too." And the next guy goes, "I was editor of the school magazine." That's fucking
Lemmy. Thank you for reminding me. I forgot all about that because when I did rewatch this the other night, I was the editor of a school magazine. I'm like, it's fucking Lemmy, which is great because 10 minutes ago it was Lemmy versus God, and
exactly.
Then he's in there. That's a great. Most people probably didn't even know that was even Lemmy. You know what I mean? Like, and that's awesome.
Exactly.
And that's obviously I used to masturbate constantly, and Rex going, yeah. I want your body.
Arthur. Outstanding.
I do like with the fucking, when she hands over the tape, they go, "What the hell happened?" He goes, "This thing smells like piss, man." Because she threw it out the window and a dog actually pissed on it.
I told you we should have brought the cassette. I don't like the cassette. It makes my somebody stepping on my nuts.
Mr. Perfectionist.
I'm gonna stab your heads off with my dick.
And that's the only part Michael Richards sees, so it seems like they're really psycho. But he comes over just at that, and blood's gonna come out of your head. There's nothing you can do about it because I'm a madman.
Because I'm a madman.
It's so hysterical. God, it's funny because then obviously they're in jail, and they end up having their album. It went triple platinum live in prison, and they're going to start touring in 6 months. Well, 3 months if they behave themselves. But the best part is Rex playing the bass.
Yep.
And he's humping.
Air humping.
Air humping with the bass.
And
that,
right?
Sandler goes, "Rex, man, what are you doing?" And you see the two guys just staring at him. And he realizes he's in prison. He just kind of pulls back and just stops doing it. I don't know why that part makes me laugh every fucking time. It's so good.
Oh, what a great movie.
It's phenomenal, honestly. It's I don't know, would you call that a cult classic by now? I mean, I'm not sure if it's considered a cult or just a regular comedy at this point.
I'm guessing that it didn't do well in the theaters when it came out, and it probably had a cult following. Because, I mean, I think about this time, it's one of those things. I mean, this was 94, so, like, you know, Blockbuster was still a thing. Home video was a big thing. So people probably got it a lot, and, you know, had it there. So it probably became a cult hit there. I'm skimming through IMDb to see if it says anything about, like, what it grossed. But not seeing anything just yet here. Box office. Opening weekend, U.S. and Canada, 1.9 million.
Oh, Jesus.
Gross worldwide was 5.7 million. Yeah.
And for the cast that's in there, you know, all the way from Brendan Fraser, Michael McKean, Ernie Hudson, Adam Sandler, Steve Buscemi, the chick that plays his girl. I mean, like, at that time in the early 90s, that's a pretty solid cast. I'm surprised it didn't do better than it did.
Yeah, you had Arquette, Joe Montana, Michael Richards. That's a lot. Lemmy, Harold Ramis.
Yeah. Harold Ramis. That's such a good one. And then you see him putting his badge on and then actually, like, cocking his gun. And you're like, he's a pig. Good recap. Good recap of a good movie. Airheads. So it's out there. I'm sure you could probably watch it somewhere on one of the streaming devices. But I want to
maybe
eat a dick. It's called a DVD.
No.
Next week we'll talk about my VHS collection.
Read a book.
Pam and Tommy. All right, but next week I'm not going to be here. I have no idea what's going down next week. It could be a top topic. It could be a movie. It could be anything. I don't fucking know. Because...
Hey, Faye, pal, I don't know either.
I had a feeling anyway. This is me reminding you. and I'm going to be driving back from California all the way back to New York. It's going to take a little bit of time, but we're going to get there somewhat in due time. I may be back for the following episode. I may not. Who knows? I may never be back. Who the fuck knows, man? We'll find out. But ODM will be here. So until then, I bid you a farewell. And ODM is going to leave you with his final thoughts.
Thanks, Professor. Well, enjoy your journey back home. Let me know where you end up, even though when you get here, you're probably just heading back out the door somewhere else. So we'll eventually catch up. Heads up, fella. Birthday brisket towards the end of July. Make sure you're there. I'll be making my brisket. So it'll be a good time. The crew's all going to be here.
I'd love to eat some of your meat. That'd be great.
I know you love my meat in your mouth, so, I mean, I figured I'd, give you the opportunity. Even though it's my birthday, I'm all about giving. There might even be tea bags at this party. We'll see how it goes.
You may even
But beyond that, But beyond that, some of the people that will be at this fine get-together will be Wheezy and Whiskey Man. And just, get yourself some friends that you can trade blows with real quick and then hug it out 10 seconds later. Those are the kind of people you want around.
So I will not be drinking that day because I don't know what's going to happen.
Just wear one of those training pads that boxers and kickboxers wear. Just wear it under your shirt. Just
end up in jail just like the Lone Rangers.
The Top of Wrestling Podcast is brought to you by The Top of Wrestling Podcast. Your hosts are the Professor Mark Fantasia and ODM The Doc Joe Rizzo. Feel free to reach out to the show by email at thetopofwrestling@gmail.com, on their Facebook page, Twitter page, Instagram page. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. You can listen to the show on most popular platforms, including iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, Amazon Music, Pandora, and YouTube. Without your continued support, it would be just some guys talking wrestling, which is pretty much what it is anyway. Good night, folks.
was actually just listening to Wooly Bully the other day.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
And, 1, 2, 3, 4. And,
yeah.
And it's funny because the first thing that comes to my mind when I hear
Splash.
that song. Yes! Holy fucking shit! Holy fucking shit! Oh my god!
Fuck yeah.
For real? You too?
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Daryl Hannah as a mermaid?
Oh my god, that's hysterical. His drunk brother, John Candy.
Yeah.
Wow.